Chapter 1812. Heavenly Tablet. Canon. Qin Yun saw that Princess Anya is very serious and focused on fanning the heavenly fire divine fan to strengthen the flame of the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. In his heart, he wants her to be in charge of the furnace fire in the future. Princess, you seem to be very interested in inscription refining? Qin Yun said with a smile. Only Qin Yun would dare to think of letting the 9-sun divine maiden watch the furnace. Yes, I know quite a bit about inscription refining, Princess Anya said. I can also carve inscriptions. I have mastered quite a few star and moon runes. Princess Anya gave Qin Yun that kind of Dao Yen rune before. It is also because there is no time. Otherwise, Qin Yun would have studied the Dao Yen rune and then refined a new 9 heavens dragon lion canon. How about this? You follow me for a period of time and I will give you a few pointers. Qin Yun said, Princess, I can see that you are very talented, your bones are clear and your perception is extremely high. As long as you work hard in this area, you will definitely become a powerful inscription master in the future. Princess Anya coldly snorted. Qin Yun, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't flatter me. Qin Yun said, about this, your heavenly fire divine fan can make the flame very strong. It can be of great help to me when I'm forging weapons. If you are interested in inscription, stay by my side and learn for a period of time. We will help each other. Don't worry when you need my help, as long as I have time, I will definitely help you. Princess Anya also has the idea of asking Qin Yun for help in refining tools. Therefore, if she helped Qin Yun, she would not feel embarrassed to ask Qin Yun for help in refining tools in the future. She is proud and arrogant, so it would be easier for her to ask. Alright. It's a deal. Qin Yun said with a smile. If you want me to refine tools in the future, as long as I have time, I will definitely help you. Alright, it's a deal. Princess Anya is also thinking about what she wants Qin Yun to help her refine. Qin Yun hopes that Princess Anya can stay in his 9-sun divine spirit like Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingqing. When he needs help, he can ask Princess Anya for help. Of course, he is just thinking about it. After all, Princess Anya was the 9-sun divine maiden. It was impossible for her to stay in the 9-sun divine soul all day long. Moreover, the 9-sun divine soul was something that Princess Anya was looking for. Qin Yun could not bear to give the precious 9-sun divine spirit to Princess Anya, so he could not let her know about it. The magic mirror can't be used. If it's possible, I can ask for help. Qin Yun took out the magic mirror and tested it, then sighed. Those fellows used a large number of stars to set up the formation in order to seal the space and cut off the space where the dragon egg is located. At the same time, they can also trap us here, Princess Dark Knight said. Qin Yun said, with me here, they won't succeed. Princess Anya asked, Qin Yun, what weapon are you going to refine to deal with those guys? Our strength is limited, and Qingqing and Tianzi's cultivation are not high either. Can we really fight against the Alliance Army's warships? Long Tianji has been paying attention to the situation outside, she suddenly said. There are more and more battleships of the Alliance, there are 300 in total, and they all appeared suddenly. They came here through space transmission. This is the star formation. Although the space is sealed, it can also open a space channel to pick up the warships of the other Alliance army. Princess Anya said in a deep voice, we have to leave this place as soon as possible. Qin Yun said with faint smile, don't worry, I have a way to deal with them. In short, I will not leave like this, the Alliance army is my enemy. Outer Heaven Domain people are very developed in space transmission, this is something that Immortal Desolate cannot compare to. In Immortal Desolate, there are no teleportation formations between cities, let alone cross-heaven domain teleportation. Long Tianji said again, there are even more outer heaven domain people entering the lake, there are all kinds of strange things. Don't be afraid of them, unless they dig several thousand zhang deep at the bottom of the lake, they won't be able to find us, Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. As long as they can't investigate the divine universe golden stone, it will be very difficult for them to find me. The heaven-leaping shuttle is indeed very good. And Qin Yun also plans to take away the dragon egg. The dragon egg can conceal the energy fluctuation of the divine universe golden stone. It can prevent the energy fluctuation from releasing space wave. If he can find a way to conceal it and use it to preserve the divine universe golden stone, then Qin Yun will not be tracked again. Qin Yun constantly added materials to the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. They are all golden brick. What kind of material is that? Princess Anya asked curiously. Unchanging sacred stone. Qin Yun said. Do you know what use it has? Princess Anya said in shock. Adding this kind of sacred stone, it can become big or small. Although it is called unchanging, it means that it can become infinitely big or infinitely small, right? Where did you get so many of these unchanging sacred stone? You put so many of them, don't tell me you want them to become very big? The materials I use are mostly divine tier materials. If I want my unchanging sacred stone to keep up with divine tier materials, I need to put in a lot of them. As for where I got them, I don't remember. Maybe someone else gave them to me, or maybe I plundered them from my enemies, Qin Yun said with smile. I also just found this kind of thing in my storage magic tool. Princess Anya feels that Qin Yun's storage magic tool is a huge treasure trove. There are all kinds of precious materials inside. If one can add a bit of those materials when refining, it can make the weapon very strong. Qin Yun, on the other hand, used all the materials in one go. No wonder he needed the help of her Heavenly Fire Divine Fan. If not for the Heavenly Fire Divine Fan to strengthen the flame, Qin Yun did not know when he would be able to melt so many divine tier materials. The materials inside the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron have all melted into a viscous liquid, like mud. Qin Yun controlled the floating cloud pagoda that had turned into a workbench to turn it into a floating cloud rod. He grabbed the rod and stirred it inside the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron, allowing all kinds of materials to mix together. What kind of material is that rod made of? It is actually not afraid of this level of flame. Princess Anya no longer dared to look down on that broken rod. Floating cloud rod, Qin Yun said with smile. It can be big or small, long or short. The only drawback is that it can't be soft. If it could be soft, it could be used as a whip or rope. Where did you get so many good things? Princess Anya is very jealous. I picked it up, Qin Yun said. He really picked up this floating cloud rod from a divine mountain. I don't believe it, Princess Anya said. After stirring it for a while, Qin Yun saw that it was almost melted and said, It's done. You take a rest. Princess Anya stopped, sat on a chair and earnestly looked at Qin Yun. She wants to see what Qin Yun wants to refine. Qin Yun is waiting for the scorching hot stuff to solidify. While waiting, he took out the Gemini treasure mirror and controlled the mysterious fusion heavenly rune to release the power of the mysterious fusion heavenly rune. This can perfectly fuse all kinds of materials. Half a day later, Qin Yun poured out a very solid golden cube from the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron. It is the fusion of all kinds of divine tier materials. Although it has solidified, its surface is still very hot. Qin Yun placed it on the floating cloud pagoda's platform, tightly held the 9-sun divine hammer with both hands and smashed it down on the solid golden cube. Boom! Vibration sounds spread out, sparks burst out from the cube. The formidable vibration wave shook Princess Anya to the side, making her feel very uncomfortable. Qin Yun used Heavenly Extermination 9 Styles Heavenly Shake. It can erupt with extremely formidable vibration power, perfectly utilizing his vibration immortal martial spirit. Princess Anya looked at the light golden rune on Qin Yun's thick and solid arms and said in low voice, Qin Yun, what kind of rune is that on your arm? Princess Anya saw Qin Yun's nether sun totem before. Take a guess, Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. The surface of the 9 sun divine hammer also has nether sun totem. Especially after the tool spirit entered the 9 sun divine hammer, its might became even more formidable. I just feel that it is very familiar. In my impression, it should be nether sun totem, but this is impossible. Humans cannot have nether sun totem. And it even appeared on the arm. Princess Anya said, I suspect that it is a sun rune improved from nether sun totem. If it is carved on the arm, it can release even stronger power. Qin Yun said with smile. More or less. You are indeed very talented, you can see through so many things. My memory is very vague. Wait until I completely recover my memory, I will know even more. Princess Anya said again. Qin Yun earnestly forged the material. He wants to refine it and get rid of the impurities inside it. He wants to make this divine tier metal material even stronger. This process lasted for 7 days. Qin Yun continuously forged for 7 days. For one day, he let Princess Anya use the heavenly flame divine fan to burn it for 2 hours and then continued forging. After 7 days of repeated hammering, the material became a lot smaller and gradually turned into a cannon barrel. This time, Qin Yun made it smaller and thinner, it became like a flute. There are 9 holes on it and the space inside the 9 holes can be placed inside the 9 dragon heavenly steel. After it becomes bigger, it can be used like a cannon. There is also a 9 dragon heavenly origin formation inside. It can erupt with very strong power. The rough embryo is done, next is to carve runes. Qin Yun took out the floating cloud divine needle and injected the needle spirit into it. 9 heavenly lion totem and 9 dragon totem are carved on it. Even without using the 9 dragon heavenly origin formation, the power of the 9 heavens dragon lion cannon is still very strong. Princess Anya watched Qin Yun refine tools for more than half a month. During this time, she asked many questions and Qin Yun patiently answered all of them. When she found out that Qin Yun wants to put the entire 9 dragon heavenly origin formation inside, she is sure that the power of the 9 heavens dragon lion cannon is very strong. The heaven leaping shuttle has been hiding in the depths of the lake for more than half a month. The Alliance army has not been able to find it and they are also unable to break the protective shell on the surface of the dragon egg. After all, it is a clone left behind by Xinyu Tianlong. It is very difficult to break it. Almost there? Princess Anya asked. She is also somewhat looking forward to the might of Qin Yun's 9 heavens dragon lion cannon. Qin Yun made the 9 heavens dragon lion cannon bigger and carried it on his shoulder. After testing it, he said with smile, Almost there, I will refine a few more cannonballs and then I can go out to battle. Cannonballs? Princess Anya said with frown. Chapter 1813. The dragon egg appeared when Princess and Yi saw the pill transformation heavenly furnace. She said in shock, This thing. It seems to be a sun soul. Really? Is this really a sun soul? Qin Yun was also very surprised. He never expected that the pill transformation heavenly furnace would actually be a sun soul. This is an ancient sun soul and it's the kind that never sleeps. Princess and Yi walked over and carefully looked at the ugly pill transformation heavenly furnace. The pill transformation heavenly furnace was like a big black water jar. No matter how you looked at it, it was ugly. No one who had seen the pill transformation heavenly furnace said that it was ugly. Only this Princess and Yi could tell at a glance that this thing was a sun soul. I'm sure that this is a sun soul. And it's a very special sun soul. Princess and Yi exclaimed, You actually don't know that this is a sun soul? Qin Yun spread out his hands and said, I really don't know. It's quite useful. After putting things in, the quality of those things can be improved. Of course, it requires a large amount of energy to be absorbed. Princess and Yi snorted. This kind of thing can only be formed naturally. Where did you get it? The pill transformation heavenly furnace was in the 9-yang divine spirit. Of course, Qin Yun would not tell Princess and Yi directly. Well, I got it by chance. Qin Yun chuckled. He did not say that he picked it up because it was a bit ridiculous. Princess and Yi was very jealous. Qin Yun was clearly an enemy of the heavenly Tao, but he always had such a good thing. In the past few days, Qin Yun had often taken things out of the 9-yang divine spirit. Princess and Yi did not discover the 9-yang divine spirit, so he was very relieved to use it. Now, he released a star from the 9-yang divine spirit and directly moved it into the pill transformation heavenly furnace. There was a lot of space inside the pill transformation heavenly furnace, so it was not a problem to accommodate those stars. Previously, during the great battle in the 10,000 Snake Mountain range, the powers of the outer realm had jointly released the stars. They had set up a star formation. After the formation was broken, Qin Yun took advantage of the chaos to take away all the stars. There were thousands of them. It would take a lot of energy to make the pill transformation heavenly furnace turn a star into a pill. Qin Yun had obtained 2 energy sources from the 2 warships of the Alliance army, both of which contained a lot of energy. Those 2 stars were in his 9-yang divine soul. In order to refine faster, he released the 9 dragons heavenly origin formation and surrounded the pill transformation heavenly furnace. Then, he controlled the stars inside the 9 sun divine spirit to release energy for the pill transformation heavenly furnace to absorb. Not long after, the Dan melting heavenly furnace began to tremble, currently refining the star inside. What are you refining? Although Princess Anya did not know what Qin Yun was refining, she could see that there was an incomparably powerful energy circulating. Cannonball! Qin Yun said with smile. Wait until I finish refining it, you will know. 2 hours passed. Qin Yun also finished refining an artillery shell. The cannonball could not be compressed any smaller. It was about the size of a watermelon, but the energy inside was extremely terrifying. Princess, you are experienced and knowledgeable. Can you tell what this is made from? Qin Yun chuckled. Princess Anya took it and held it in her hand. She felt it was very heavy. She frowned and said, Very strong star power. Did you refine it with stars? Qin Yun nodded and said with smile, Not bad. Princess Anya said in amazement, Did you take away all the stars inside the Star Great Formation? The stars inside the Star Great Formation suddenly disappeared. Many people thought that they were taken away by Outer Heaven Domain people, but they did not expect that they would be taken away by Qin Yun. Qin Yun said, I also don't know how strong these things are, but they should be enough to deal with those battleships. I will refine 8 or 10 more, then I will go out and give it a try. Soon after, he began again. 1 day passed. He refined a total of 10 artillery shells. I will rest for a while, then I will go out. Qin Yun said. Late at night, after Qin Yun rested, he sat in the middle of the main control room. Princess Anya and Long Tianji are sitting on either side of him. Long Tianji is very familiar with the situation outside. She is now guiding Qin Yun towards the nearest Alliance battleship. The heaven-leaping shuttle suddenly jumped through space and arrived in the sky. There are dozens of Alliance battleships floating motionlessly in the sky in front of them. Clearly they are maintaining the battleship. The energy of Alliance battleships mainly comes from the stars. During the night when the stars are shining brightly, the battleships can stop and absorb the star power. Qin Yun loaded a star artillery shell into the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon and sat in the main control room facing the front. When the artillery shell is fired, it will be sent out by the heaven-leaping shuttle towards the battleships outside. Qin Yun inhaled a mouthful of air. He is also very nervous. He aimed at the battleships ahead and activated the heavenly steel inside the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon. The 9 Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation has been activated. Once the formation is activated, the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon will be able to obtain even greater power, penetrating power and shooting speed. Fire! Qin Yun shouted in his heart. The 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon suddenly trembled and let out a roar that sounds like a dragon and lion roaring. The artillery shell flew out and pierced through space. After arriving outside, the star transformed into a lion head, and a very large illusory image of a golden lion head appeared. Seeing this scene, Princess Anya tightly clenched her fists. She is very shocked. Roar! The artillery shell transformed into a dragon and lion and rushed towards the battleship. With a loud explosion, the artillery shell pierced through the battleship in a flash and blasted it apart from the middle. Then it continued flying forward. Boom! With another loud explosion, the artillery shell continued flying forward and blasted apart the second black battleship. Next, several dozen explosions occurred. Flames soared to the sky and illuminated the entire lake. A large number of fragments dropped into the lake along with raging flames. Dozens of 1,000-feet-long flying battleships have been blasted apart in a short period of time. They are all severely damaged and fell down. So hot! Qin Yun has no choice but to use his mental power to lift up the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon. He doesn't need to worry about the runes being destroyed because they are divine tier materials, they won't melt. But they still have a problem with heat. Princess Anya exclaimed in admiration and said, "Too awesome!" In the end, the cannonball landed in the distance and smashed into the superstar formation formed by the huge wall of stars, blowing up one of the stars. Along with the trembling sound, the superstar Great Formation that sealed the space has been temporarily damaged. Qin Yun immediately used the Devil Mirror to spread the news of the Divine Universe Heavenly Dragon's Dragon Egg. The other flying battleships inside are now flying back and forth. They are all looking for the thing that attacked them. After Qin Yun extracted a large number of remnant souls, he immediately left and continued hiding under the Dragon Egg, waiting for the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon to cool down. The superstar Great Formation is very powerful. It was only temporarily damaged and repaired in a short moment. And the news of the Dragon Egg has already spread. The Imperial race will definitely rush over immediately. That Dragon Egg is very important to them. Princess Anya said. Although we can't get it, it's better than falling into the hands of the Alliance army. Qin Yun is also using all kinds of methods to quickly cool down the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon. Princess Anya said, "Qin Yun, do you want to get the Dragon Egg?" Qin Yun said with smile, "Of course I want to, after all I have encountered it. This is a good thing. I can help you get it." Princess Anya said, "What should I do?" Qin Yun promptly asked. "The surface of the Dragon Egg is only the shell. Only after you break it can you see the real Dragon Egg. And inside is the real Dragon Egg. I don't know exactly how big it is, but I have a way to make the Dragon Egg break free from the seal inside." Princess Anya said. Qin Yun said, "I will use the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon to attack. How about it?" Princess Anya nodded and said, "You can try." The outer protective shell of the Dragon Egg is very strong, and there is also a barrier inside. It won't damage the real Dragon Egg. Qin Yun said with smile, "After it cools down, I will immediately start." "Master, there are many flying battleships. Moreover, they also made a very big net to cover the lake." Long Tianji said, "It's fine, I don't have to go up to attack the Dragon Egg. It's the same underwater." Qin Yun said, 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon can make the Star Cannonball even stronger. The Alliance army is in chaos, dozens of their battleships have been inexplicably destroyed, their losses are very great, they are all extremely angry. They know that it was all done by Qin Yun, they just don't know how Qin Yun has such formidable power. The energy balls shot out by the Alliance army battleships are very strong, but they can't destroy their battleship. In their eyes, the immortal Desolate actually has a weapon that can break through the barrier of their battleship. Moreover, it destroyed dozens of battleships in one go. This kind of weapon can be considered very advanced even in the 3,000 heavenly domains. Qin Yun waited for 4 hours before the 9 heavens dragon lion cannon cooled down. After holding it in his hand, Qin Yun felt relieved to continue using it. He is worried that if he uses it continuously, it will affect the 9 dragon heavenly origin formation. Because the materials used to refine the 9 dragon heavenly origin formation are not divine tier materials. At the bottom of the lake, Qin Yun shot a star cannonball at the location of the dragon egg. When the star cannonball hit the dragon egg, the bottom of the lake also erupted with a violent vibration. The calm surface of the lake suddenly surged. Although more than half of the lake's water has been sucked away, it can still set off a 100-meter wave. Inside the heaven-leaping shuttle, one can also feel the intense shaking. The huge protective shell on the surface of the dragon egg cracked. After the cracks appeared, the Alliance Army people let out a burst of exclamations. They couldn't break the protective shell of the dragon egg, but Qin Yun broke it. The protective shell is very thick and very strong. After it was broken, intense golden light burst out from inside. In the middle of the protective shell, there is a huge oval golden ball that is more than 10 meters long. That's the real dragon egg, Princess Anya shouted. At the same time, dozens of armored giants from the outer heaven domain descended. Just as they approached, the dragon egg began to spin and burst out with a burst of energy wave. The energy wave rippled out and the dozens of armored giants turned into golden mist in an instant. Those giants are extremely powerful, but they were instantly vaporized. Qin Yun, let me out, I have a way to take away the dragon egg, Princess Anya said. Can you really do it? Qin Yun is somewhat worried. Hurry up, Princess Anya urged. Chapter 1814. The magical use of eggshell. The real dragon egg has finally appeared. Those outer heaven domain people are very excited. Because this was what they had been looking for many years. The leaders of the Sun Soul race and the Sun Hunter race were also watching from the side. In their opinion, it was a good thing that the outer heavens obtained the dragon egg. It was because if it fell into the hands of the Emperor clans, it would increase the strength of the Emperor clans. At that time, it would be even easier to suppress them. I have to say, this Qin Yun fellow is truly capable. He can actually blast open the protective shell. An old man from the Sun Spirit race chuckled and said, So what if he blasted it open? In the end, it won't be him. Demon Immortal Great Emperor said, The outer heaven realm should leave immediately after getting the dragon egg, right? Such a powerful thing, they will definitely take it back and protect it for research. Of course. The Alliance Army has suffered such a huge loss this time. If we don't take something back, the commander of the Alliance Army in charge of coming to the immortal desolate land will definitely be punished. The Dark Royal Race Elder said with smile. If they obtain the dragon egg, they might temporarily give up on dealing with Qin Yun. Qin Yun had the Sun Soul, a large piece of divine universe metal stone, and all sorts of good things in his hands. These experts from the immortal desolate's powerful races all want to obtain the things in Qin Yun's hands. The oval-shaped dragon egg was currently spinning on the spot. Every instant it would spin dozens of times. As it spun, it would explode with violent shockwaves. The shockwave was extremely hot, and anyone who got close to it would be vaporized instantly. Qin Yun was quite far away from the dragon egg, but he could still sense how terrifying it was. If Princess Anya had not insisted on going out, he would never have let her go out. After Princess Anya was teleported out, she quickly flew towards the dragon egg. Qin Yun looked at Princess Dark Knight's back and felt very worried. The powerful giants of the outer heaven realm were wearing very powerful armor, but when they approached the dragon egg, they were instantly vaporized. However, when Princess Anya approached, she seemed to be fine. This woman is truly not afraid of the dragon egg, Qin Yun said in shock. How did she do it? Princess Anya approached the dragon egg. Not only was she not vaporized, but she was also able to fly steadily toward the violent shock wave. A large number of people from the outer heavens in the sky became extremely nervous when they saw a figure approaching the dragon egg. "Who is that guy? Is it Qin Yun?" Someone from the outer heaven shouted. "It's not Qin Yun. It's Princess Dark Night." The people of the Dark royal family cried out in alarm. They did not know that Princess Anya and Qin Yun had a good relationship, so they did not associate them together. They only thought that Princess Anya was acting alone. The man from the outer heavens shouted anxiously, "Who is this woman? Quickly kill her, don't let her get close to the dragon egg." Alliance warships, aim at the people near the dragon egg. The Alliance warships in the sky immediately aimed at the dragon egg. Boom, boom, boom. In the blink of an eye, countless powerful balls of energy enveloped the dragon egg like a torrential rain. The powerful shockwave released by the dragon egg also blasted away all of the energy balls. Princess Anya, who was close to the dragon egg, was not attacked. Qin Yun was relieved to see this. He had planned to control the sky-leaping shuttle to approach and pick up Princess Anya. His heaven-leaping shuttle was quite a distance away from the dragon egg, so he didn't dare to get too close. "Continue to attack." The people from the outer heavens shouted again. The flying warships launched another round of attacks. This time, however, the sky-soaring warship did not shoot out energy clump. Instead, it shot out relatively large spherical crystals. "Are those guys shooting out star cores?" Qin Yun is alarmed when he saw this. Those huge spherical crystals pierced through the shockwave wall released by the dragon egg in an instant. Boom, boom. In the blink of an eye, Princess Anya was enveloped by a burst of explosions and flashes of light. And Qin Yun's heaven-leaping shuttle has already rushed in. The dragon egg has been hit. The heaven-leaping shuttle rushed into the intense light. Qin Yun also saw the damaged dragon egg. There is nothing inside, only a ball of golden energy. Princess Anya was injured again. She did not succeed in obtaining the dragon egg. She also did not expect that the dragon egg's defense would be so weak that it would be broken in an instant. The damaged dragon egg did not continue to spin and became much gentler. Qin Yun teleported Princess Anya to the main control room, and the dragon egg was teleported to the large warehouse by him. "Let's go." Qin Yun controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle and teleported away. He obtained the dragon egg, but it is damaged. Princess Anya's injuries are rather serious and she has already fainted. Qin Yun released the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation to heal her. The heaven-leaping shuttle was unable to leave the superstar formation, so it could only wander around inside. And at the place where the dragon egg was, explosions continued. After the dragon egg was damaged, a portion of the energy leaked out, producing a very high temperature. The Dark Royal race, the Sun Spirit race, and the people of the Outer Heaven domain all believed that the dragon egg was still there because they could feel the dragon egg's energy aura. They also believed that the dragon egg was very strong and would not be damaged so easily. However, after a round of bombardment, they discovered that the dragon egg's aura was getting weaker and weaker. "Where's the dragon egg? Could it be that it's gone? Look, there are many golden things on the protective shell. Could it be egg yolks?" The temperature of the egg yolks was extremely high, causing the surrounding lake water to boil. The experts of the Alliance army rushed down one after another and collected the egg yolk. "It's a very strong divine power and it's evolved. There's only so much left of the dragon egg?" An old man looked at the basin of golden mucus and said with a regretful expression, "How could the dragon egg be so weak? It was blasted away in an instant." Someone sighed. The expressions of the experts of the Alliance army are all very unsightly. Their mood is extremely bad. They were about to obtain the dragon egg, but later on they destroyed it, leaving behind only this little bit of egg yolk. They did not know that Qin Yun just took away the damaged dragon egg. Inside the warehouse of the heaven-leaping shuttle, Qin Yun looked at the gigantic damaged dragon egg, and shook his head with a sigh. What a pity! Ling Yuner said with a smile. Xiao Yun, it doesn't matter. Don't you still have the Devil Star Tyrant Dragon? This guy can fuse with a lot of energy. Maybe the Devil Star Tyrant Dragon can fuse with the Dragon Egg's energy and become a little divine heavenly dragon? That's right. Qin Yun hastily placed the Dragon Egg's energy into the third pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Spirit and mixed it with the Devil Star Tyrant Dragon. Then he added the Divine Dragon Bone. The Devil Star Tyrant Dragon was born with the ability to devour and fuse. After devouring other things, it can naturally fuse and evolve. At least I obtained most of the Dragon Egg's energy. Qin Yun chuckled and said, It won't be long before the Divine Heavenly Dragon will be controlled by me in another way. Qin Yun returned to the main control room. Princess Anya is lying on the bed at the center of the 9-dragon Heavenly Origin formation. She is in a very bad mood and did not say a word. I failed. Princess Anya said, I let you torment me for nothing. It doesn't matter, it's good that you're fine. Qin Yun said with a smile. I overestimated that dragon egg. Princess Anya sighed. Qin Yun said, I obtained most of the eggshell, the harvest is not small. He extracted the dragon egg's energy and placed it into the 9 Sun Divine Spirit. The eggshell was shattered by him. Those eggshells can conceal the energy fluctuations of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Qin Yun took out the shattered eggshell. The golden eggshell is also relatively thick. After shattering, it turned into large golden stones. He placed the golden stones on both sides of his seat and said with a smile, This way those guys shouldn't be able to find me, right? The fluctuations released by the Divine Universe Golden Stone are very intense. Now that they are covered by the Dragon Egg's special eggshell, they won't be released. Previously, Qin Yun hid under the Dragon Egg's protective shell and was not found. The heaven-leaping shuttle became invisible and floated in the air, gradually approaching a black warship. We haven't been discovered. Qin Yun nervously looked at the black warship in front of him. Princess Anya, who is lying on the bed, is also very nervous. In this superstar formation, there are many outer heaven domain people and sun spirit race people searching everywhere for Qin Yun. They are very sure that Qin Yun can't leave this formation. However, the outer heaven domain people can't sense the fluctuations of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. They also don't know what's going on. When they saw the heaven-leaping shuttle appear near the lake, they thought that Qin Yun was at the bottom of the lake. However, after searching for a long time, they still couldn't find the shadow of the heaven-leaping shuttle. They also don't know that Qin Yun used the Dragon Egg's eggshell to conceal the Divine Universe Golden Stone's energy fluctuations. Great, this Dragon Egg is truly a good thing. Qin Yun said with a mischievous smile. The Dragon Egg's eggshell is 1/2 meter thick and the fragments piled up like a small hill. Princess Anya felt a bit better in her heart. At least the eggshell is of great help to Qin Yun. They won't be able to find us. Once they close the formation, we can leave. Princess Anya said. Let's waste time here. I want to see who will suffer more. Qin Yun controlled the burning hot 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon to fly around and said with a mischievous smile, Wait until it cools down, I will let them see how powerful I am. There are still many flying battleships here. Destroying as many as possible is good. Once a battleship is destroyed, many outer heaven domain people inside will die. Qin Yun can take this opportunity to collect remnant souls. After waiting for 2 to 3 hours, the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon completely cools down. Those battleships are not lined up, they are hovering in the air. They are also worried that they will be destroyed by the cannon. Qin Yun aimed at the largest flying battleship. This big guy will definitely look good when it explodes. Qin Yun said with smile. The 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon shook and the star cannonball shot out. Boom! A loud explosion shook the vault of heaven. That several thousand-meter-long black battleship suddenly exploded. A large amount of fragments, accompanied by violent flame and the fragments of the star cannonball, flew in all directions, covering the sky and covering the earth. Many of the smaller black battleships nearby were affected by this. This time, Qin Yun let the star cannonball explode inside the ship. These guys are still too backward. Their battleships are very strong, but they are so big, it is very easy to become a target. Qin Yun shook his head and said with smile, as he looked at the largest battleship being smashed to pieces. The Alliance Army's battleships are in chaos again, they are all cursing at Qin Yun. Chapter 1815. Star and Moon Dao Yen. Outside the superstar formation, many immortal desolate experts sensed it one after another, especially the Imperial Clan Dragon warriors, who burst out with roars. Although the superstar formation is powerful, it will be broken sooner or later if it is attacked by a large group of experts. Retreat! A shout came from one of the Alliance Army's warships. Those big stars suddenly floated up and flew towards the warships. The stars floated and the formation was also put away. When Qin Yun saw it, he immediately controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle to fly over and then teleported out. Those huge stars flew towards the ship and produced all kinds of auras. Qin Yun hid in the tyrannical aura and it was difficult to discover him. It's mine. Qin Yun controlled the 9 Sun Divine Spirit and released a very powerful spatial power, absorbing a large area of stars into the 5th pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Spirit. After those stars left the formation, they were absorbed into the space inside the warship. As for Qin Yun, the spatial power inside the 9 Sun Divine Spirit is relatively strong, so it directly led away most of the stars. These stars were all collected by the Alliance Army over the years in the starry sky. Although there are many stars in the starry sky, there are not many that can be used to set up formations. Most of them have been taken away by others. Therefore, Qin Yun wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to snatch some. It might be useful in the future. The Alliance Army discovered that some of the stars had suddenly disappeared. While they were angry, they also thought that it might be done by Qin Yun. Because Qin Yun has a very powerful spatial divine tool that can release enough spatial power to draw away their stars. The experts of the Immortal Desolate have already arrived. The Alliance Army does not want to fight with the experts of the Immortal Desolate. In the previous battle, the Alliance Army suffered heavy losses, and that was mainly caused by Qin Yun and Heartless Immortal Venerable. When they saw Heartless Immortal Venerable coming, they didn't want to fight at all. Moreover, there is a very sinister Qin Yun hiding in the dark. Seeing the arrival of the experts of the Immortal Desolate, the warships of the Alliance Army quickly flew away. Qin Yun is also a lot more relieved. He is still more worried about another war breaking out because this time the Alliance Army is still relatively strong. If they fight, both sides will only suffer. At that time, the evil forces of the Dark Royal Family will laugh at the end. Qin Brat, where is the dragon egg you mentioned? Elder Qin used the magic mirror to contact Qin Yun. It was broken by the Alliance Army. Qin Yun said, it was those guys who broke it. The Imperial Dragon race also flew towards the group of people from the Dark Royal clan and asked them about the situation of the dragon egg. Afterwards, they found out that it was indeed destroyed by the Alliance Army. Qin Yun does not want others to know that most of the dragon eggs are in his hands. The Imperial Dragon race was furious. They knew that the dragon egg was extremely important. It could hatch a clone of the Divine Universe Dragon. Those fellows from the Outer Heaven Realm have often come to the Nine Sun Heavenly Domain to cause trouble in the past few epochs. It's also because there are no imperial clans here that they are so arrogant. Princess Anyi said, now that there are imperial clans here, the Immortal Desolate is not easy to bully. Qin Yun said with a smile. Even if it is the Alliance Army, if they want to attack the Immortal Desolate, they have to be prepared to suffer heavy losses. Princess Anyi sighed and said, the Emperor clan has the advantage of bloodline. Even though they are lagging behind in terms of runes, because of their bloodline, they can make their bodies, souls and power very powerful. It's an advantage that many outer heavens don't have. Qin Yun used the magic mirror to contact Xiao Hua. The current situation of the divine inscription Divine Mountain is very good. Then he contacted Guang Han Palace's Yu Yu. The Guang Han Palace was once attacked by the Alliance army. Fortunately, the enlarged moon has a very strong barrier defense. The Alliance army was unable to break through and could only leave dejectedly. Qin Yun contacted Xieqiru and asked when they will set off for the Cloud Dragon Mountain range. Xieqiru only said that they are ready to set off. The specific time has not been set. As for the Dark Royal race and Imperial race, they are also preparing to head to the Cloud Dragon Mountain range. Qin Yun asked Xieqiru many things, but she did not answer. She only said that once they go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range's Immortal Graveyard, they will be able to roughly figure it out. Because the powerful Outer Heaven Realm powers have come to the Immortal Desolate and they control all kinds of powerful flying ships, the people in the Immortal Desolate are in a state of panic. Many people want to join the Outer Heaven Realm. Qin Yun announced a video on the Magic Mirror platform. It is the process of him killing those Alliance warship. He wants to let the Immortal Desolate know that the Alliance army is only SOSO. At the same time, it also let the Outer Heaven domain know that there are many capable people in the Immortal Desolate. If they fight to the death, the Outer Heaven domain will suffer heavy losses. As for those people from the Outer Heaven domain, they saw their battleships being destroyed and a large number of stars being taken away. They are incomparably furious. They even said that they will capture Qin Yun and skin him alive, and then post the process on the magic mirror. The experts of the Imperial clan all returned to the Imperial clan shrine. In the Immortal Desolate, many flying ships appeared from time to time. They were all from Outer Heaven domain forces. The people of the Outer Heavens were all looking for the Sun Divine Crystal. The divine power inside the Sun God Crystal was very important to those from the Outer Heavens. To the people of the ancient era, it was even more important because every time they woke up, they had to specifically search for large amounts of Sun God crystals. The people from the Outer Heavens were very barbaric. They would rob the Sun God crystal as soon as they saw it. The people of the ancient era were more principled. If someone else got it first, they wouldn't snatch it from others. If he was the first to obtain or discover the Sun God crystal, and someone else came to snatch it, they would have to fight back. Therefore, many people from the Outer Heavens had died tragically at the hands of the ancient era. The people of the ancient era have been robbed many times. They bitterly hated the people of the Outer Heavens. As long as they saw the ships of the people of the Outer Heavens flying over, they would immediately attack and shoot down those ships. In this way, the people of the Outer Heavens provoked an extremely terrifying ancient power in the Immortal Desolate. Qin Yun did not return to the Imperial Clan Shrine. He controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle to float. In the past few days, through the magic mirror, he has been able to see the news of the battles between the people of the Outer Heavens and the people of the Immortal Desolate. The people of the Outer Heavens were regarded as bandits by the people of the Immortal Desolate, so there were frequent conflicts between them and the people of the Outer Heavens in the Immortal Desolate. Princess Anye's injuries have also completely recovered. She is preparing to return to the Imperial Clan Shrine. The Imperial Clan and the Dark Royal Clan are going to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. You can go with them. Qin Yun said, I still don't know when I'll be leaving. I asked before but they wouldn't let me go. Princess Anye said, Qin Yun, you must bring me along. Going to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range is very important to me. Qin Yun said with a smile, Don't worry, I will definitely bring you there. At this moment, the heaven-leaping shuttle has arrived near the Imperial Clan Shrine. Qin Yun looked at the huge city floating in the sky and said with sigh, I also want to return to the Imperial Clan Shrine. It's relatively quiet inside. He is also afraid of implicating the Imperial clan, so he did not go back. Your Divine Universe Golden Stone won't be detected, it doesn't matter if you go back, Princess Anyi said. And you go back first, I'll ask Elder Qin. Qin Yun nodded. Princess Anyi left the heaven-leaping shuttle and flew towards the Imperial clan shrine. Qin Yun returned to the Divine Inscription Mountain. Long Yuqing is not here, she simply can't sit still. After eating and drinking here, she also went out to behave atrociously. It's still my own nest. After Qin Yun returned, he said with mischievous smile. Boss, after that great battle, I went back again and picked up a lot of good things to eat. Mountain God sat on a rock and said with mischievous smile. The current Divine Inscription Mountain has evolved a lot again. Mountain God can control the Divine Inscription Mountain to devour many things that contain energy. After eating, they can become nourishment for the Divine Mountain and strengthen it. Qin Yun said with smile. Old Mountain, I'll take you to a place there might be a lot of delicious food there. Soon after, Qin Yun guided the Divine Inscription Mountain and carried out many spatial teleportation. They arrived at the lake where the dragon egg was. There are many protective shells here. These protective shells are very stiff. The moment Mountain God saw them, he knew that they are good things. Then he stored them inside the Divine Inscription Mountain and refined them bit by bit. The Divine Inscription Mountain roamed around the 10,000 Snake Mountain range. Qin Yun took advantage of this moment to slightly modify the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. He added a very large base to the 9 heavenly steels. The material of the base is refined from the dragon egg's eggshell. With these 9 bases, even if Qin Yun uses Divine Universe Golden Stone, he won't leak any fluctuation of Divine Cosmos power and won't be sensed. Next, Qin Yun began researching those Dao Yen runes. Princess Anyi only has a total of 9 Dao Yen runes. She said that they are the most important to the 9-son royal family. After Qin Yun carefully studied them, he discovered that the 9 Dao Yen runes are very mystical. Although there are only 9 of these Dao Yen runes, if one can comprehend them, they can transform into 2, 2 into 4 and finally, they can transform into a myriad of forms. Multiple Dao Yen runes can also be combined with each other and become even more powerful runes. Not to mention comprehending 9, even comprehending 1 would benefit greatly, but it is also very difficult. Qin Yun roughly looked at the 9 Dao Yen runes and decided to start one by one. He is not greedy. Ling Yuner said, the dark lines of the Dao Yen runes are not moving. After carving the dark lines, the bright lines will naturally appear and they will even flow. Qin Yun said with smile. These dynamic runes are really interesting. When carving the dark lines, you can change the dark lines yourself and use this to display all kinds of different dynamic bright lines. Xiao Yun, the direction of your main attack should be related to the inscription spirit you control. Ling Yuner said, this way it will be much easier. Qin Yun nodded. He is also considering this because it will allow him to carve Dao Yen runes even faster. Dao Yen runes are mainly star and moon runes. There are no sun runes and I don't have the Sun Emperor inscription spirit. It is still very difficult to carve complex sun runes. Qin Yun said, with star and moon runes as the main, it will be much easier for me. Star and moon-based Dao Yen runes can derive all kinds of runes of other attributes. Qin Yun looked at the beast skin in his hand with a frown and said, the Dao Yen rune in my hand is a weapon type. Chapter 1816. Tortoise Rune. Ever since Qin Yun fought with Peng Hantao, he experienced the power of inscription battle technique. Previously, he saw Imperial Star Heavenly King of the 4 great Heavenly Kings use inscription battle technique to fight with Outer Heaven domain people. Moreover, he mainly used star runes. Inscription battle technique is very useful. Qin Yun said, even if I can use weapons, if I can use it together with inscription battle technique, it will definitely be even stronger. He closed his eyes and began thinking about how to combine Weapon Dao Evolution Rune. A few days passed. Star and Moon Sword Rune. Qin Yun suddenly opened his eyes, holding the floating cloud divine needle. He quickly drew a group of extremely complicated runes in the air. That group of runes is formed by combining Weapon Dao Evolution Rune and Sword Totem. Qin Yun's Weapon King Inscription Spirit, Star Lord Inscription Spirit and Moon Lady Inscription Spirit. The runes carved by these three are also extremely fine. As for how high it is, he doesn't pay attention to it right now. He only knows that the runes he drew are very strong. Not long after, he drew a group of Dao Evolution runes in the air. It is a Star and Moon Sword Rune derived from Sword Totem and Dao Evolution Rune. When drawing dark runes they looked like messy runes. But after drawing, those messy-looking dark runes suddenly disappeared and flashed with a burst of light. Then, the complicated runes condensed into a long sword, filled with Dao power. That sword looks like it is weaved from many runes, and those runes are rapidly changing. During the process of changing, it still maintained the shape of a sword and even released a wave of heavenly might sword power. Qin Yun faintly smiled. Success! With Inscription Spirit, one can comprehend quickly. He controlled the sword to fly out like a bolt of lightning, possessing an extremely powerful penetrating power. The most terrifying thing is that the main power of this sword is the power of Blood Soul. And the sword condensed from the power of Blood Soul is actually very sharp, able to cut iron like mud. The power of Blood Soul can't be maintained for a long time, but the Star and Moon Sword Rune for a short period of time is enough to be fatal. Xiao Yun, think about how to release the form of Inscription Spirit. That is also very strong. Ling Yun said with a smile. I have to go ask Brother Peng. Qin Yun said. This guy's Inscription Spirit can take form, he must have experience in this aspect. Qin Yun immediately took out the Fiend Mirror and entrusted it to Immortal Emperor Fiend Mirror to find Peng Hantao's nickname. It didn't take long before the Demon Mirror Immortal Emperor found out that Peng Hantao's nickname was Suave Handsome Guest. This guy is really narcissistic. Qin Yun smiled and contacted Peng Hantao through this nickname. Brother Peng, I am Qin Yun. Qin Yun said directly. Ah. How did you find me, Heavenly Master Qin? Peng Hantao chuckled. Don't worry about that. Qin Yun said with smile. Where are you? Let's get together. I'm in the Immortal King Ancient City. Can you come? Peng Hantao also wanted to meet Qin Yun. During this period of time, Qin Yun had done a lot of things. I am an Immortal Emperor, I can't go to the Immortal King Ancient City. Qin Yun said. Alright, I'll go find you. Where are you? Peng Hantao rather admires Qin Yun, after all he was defeated by Qin Yun. As an experienced Inscription Do Master, he actually lost to a rookie like Qin Yun, so he admires Qin Yun very much. Qin Yun said that he is outside the Thunder Fog Heavenly Forest. Peng Hantao is not surprised because Thunder Fog Heavenly Forest is the safest place for Qin Yun. Not long after, Peng Hantao arrived outside the Thunder Fog Heavenly Forest. Qin Yun went out to pick him up. After Qin Yun sent Peng Hantao to the control room of the Heaven Leaping Shuttle, he said in shock, Suave Handsome Guest, what happened to your face? Peng Hantao is wearing suave white clothes, but the left side of his face is somewhat swollen and covered with a black cloth. He looked all around, found a chair and sat down. He waved his hand and sighed. Don't talk about it, I am very unlucky, I accidentally provoked a guy. While speaking, he tore off the black cloth covering his face. On the left side of his face, there is a turtle pattern flickering with green light. The turtle pattern was drawn with glowing green runes. You are a very powerful inscription master, yet you are unable to get rid of these runes? Qin Yun finds this somewhat funny. Who did you provoke? You lost the competition? Peng Hantao's expression is grave as he said, Qin Yun, after the Dragon Egg incident, did you not contact the Imperial Race Divine Palace? These past few days, Qin Yun has been researching the Tao amplification rune. He has not contacted Elder Qin. He shook his head. What happened to the Imperial Race Divine Palace? Qin Yun asked. A group of very powerful guys came. I lost to one of their female delinquents, and then she drew a turtle on my face. I am unable to remove it. Even my Peng family's elders are unable to do so. Peng Hantao poked his face and said with painful expression, after touching it, it is still very painful. That guy used a kind of poison rune. It will make my face always swollen. A female delinquent? She can defeat you? Qin Yun is somewhat surprised. That female delinquent is an immortal emperor. I am just a 9th immortal king. It is very normal for me to lose. Peng Hantao curled his lips. Big Brother Qin, that group of people is very mysterious. The imperial race didn't say where they came from. But according to my understanding, that group of people are rather arrogant. Even the elders and clan kings of the imperial race have to give them face. Qin Yun said in shock. Even the clan kings have to give them face? Peng Hantao nodded and said, I heard that Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and Red Sun Dragon Mother were originally in the Dragon Manor, but because they couldn't stand that kind of bird aura, they left the Imperial Race Divine Palace and returned to their Dragon Race nest. With Dragon Emperor and Dragon Mother's character, they really can't stand other people being arrogant in front of them. If they can't fight back, they can only avoid them. Qin Yun rolled up his sleeves and said with smile, Let's talk about this later. I will first help you remove the turtle on your face. You already call me Big Brother. I have to help you no matter what. If you can help me get rid of it, then you will be my Big Brother. Peng Hantao said with bitter smile. Big Brother, don't say that I look down on you, really. I don't have any hope. Because even my father and a few awesome inscription masters in my family can't get rid of this damned turtle. Qin Yun said with smile. Brother Peng, I can help you get rid of it. Peng Hantao said. Brother Peng, that delinquent girl said that as long as I crawl into her crotch, she will help me get rid of that damned turtle. Qin Yun rolled his eyes and said with smile. Brother Peng, how about this? I will add some technique to the turtle tattoo on your face, so that she can't get rid of it. Then you can go and make her look bad. Is it really possible? Peng Hantao is somewhat excited, then sighed and said, It will be very difficult. Those people's inscription technique is very strong. When the old antiques of the inscription world see them, they are like grandchildren. Qin Yun took out the floating cloud divine needle and said, Don't move, I will begin. Peng Hantao also did not move. The floating cloud divine needle released blood spirit power and touched the green turtle tattoo. Peng Hantao shouted loudly, It hurts! Qin Yun immediately stopped and said with frown, If you continue, the turtle tattoo will split and tear your face. What a vicious delinquent girl! Isn't that so? Peng Hantao sighed in despair. This kind of rune contains a thread of soul. It is a soul with its own consciousness. Moreover, the blood spirit power inside the rune is very special. It is filled with destructive power, and also contains poison. After careful observation, Qin Yun said, When someone tries to destroy the rune, that thread of soul will control the rune to release power and cause pain to your face. Peng Hantao said with bitter smile, If I continue to destroy the rune, that damned turtle tattoo will split open and tear my face, even my head will be smashed. This is not difficult for me. Qin Yun released the nether moon. Everyone knows that Qin Yun has a very powerful nether moon. After Peng Hantao saw this, he cannot help but feel shocked. Qin Yun laughed, controlled the nether moon to release a black light that hit Peng Hantao's cheek. After being hit by the black light, the green turtle tattoo immediately dimmed down. Then Qin Yun released the Nether Sun's devouring power and absorbed the energy inside the turtle tattoo. The thread of soul inside the turtle tattoo was also absorbed by the Nether Moon. Finally, he used the blood spirit power to erase the turtle tattoo. All right. Qin Yun stored the nether moon and said with smile. Pring Hantao touched his left cheek and discovered that it is no longer swollen. He took out a mirror and looked at it. Then he jumped up and shouted, "Big brother, you are truly my blood-related big brother." He is so excited that his eyes are brimming with tears. "I told you that I have a way," Qin Yun said with smile. "That delinquent girl is truly vicious, I must teach her a lesson." "Forget it, the people behind her are very powerful. I will be satisfied if I can restore my handsome appearance," Pring Hantao said with smile. Qin Yun sat down and said with smile, "Brother Pring, when you fought me before, you released your inscription spirit form. How did you do it? I want to ask you for guidance." This is too easy," Pring Hantao said. "Of course, this is my Pring family's ancestral secret technique. If I can master this secret technique, it will be very easy to accomplish." "Can you teach me?" Qin Yun asked. "Of course I can," Pring Hantao said with smile. "You are my big brother, what can't you teach me?" "Oh, that's right, big brother. I remember that you obtained your inscription spirit after birth." Qin Yun nodded. "I fused with it later, could it be that I can't do it?" Pring Hantao shook his head and said, "It's not that I can't do it, it's very difficult. But once it is done, its might will be very strong and its form will be very strange. I am also not too clear about the specifics. The inscription spirit Qin Yun obtained was not something he was born with, it was fused with later on." "Then teach me," Qin Yun said. "All right, I will teach you the secret technique first." Just as Pring Hantao was about to begin, his devil mirror shook. He took out the devil mirror. After receiving the message, he laughed loudly and said, "Big brother Qin, my father has also been hit, a turtle has been painted on his face." "Senior Pring Huxiong?" Qin Yun said in shock. "How did he also get hit?" "He wanted to find that delinquent girl to help me get rid of the turtle tattoo. I didn't expect that he would also lose his life," Pring Hantao said with smile. Chapter 1817. From the Divine Palace. Pring Hantao looked at the devil mirror and chuckled. He only told his father not to worry. He did not say that the turtle tattoo on his face has already been removed. "Big brother, you don't know. My father laughed at me all day long when I had a turtle tattoo on my face. Now it's my turn to laugh at him." Pring Hantao laughed loudly and said, let's quickly go see him." Pring Huxiong and the other Pring family members are all near the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Their relationship with the Imperial Race is very good. Heartless Immortal Venerable is also inside the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Even the Immortal Desolate Holy Palace is flying near the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Now, the Immortal Desolate Righteous Alliance is centered around the Imperial Race. "Big brother, don't worry about the Outer Heaven Domain people. With us here, those guys won't dare to go find you," Pring Hantao said with smile. He doesn't know that Qin Yun can already conceal the energy fluctuation of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Qin Yun controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle and very quickly arrived near the Imperial Race Divine Palace. The Imperial Race Divine Palace is still near the huge heavenly crater. Xieyang is also here. And in the sky near the heavenly crater, Holy Sun Ancient City, Immortal Desolate Holy Palace, Nether Sects Heavenly City, as well as other righteous sects and families are all gathered in the vicinity. Qin Yun now arrived at a large mountain floating in the sky of the Peng family. There are many caves on the mountain. Peng family people are living in those caves. After Qin Yun's heaven-leaping shuttle arrived, he put on his mask and flew towards a relatively large cave with Peng Hantao. As he flew over, he also looked at the Emperor Clan shrine in the distance. A group of very mysterious and very strong inscription technique people have arrived at the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Qin Yun is somewhat worried that they are rushing towards the Cloud Dragon Mountain range. Qin Yun followed Peng Hantao into a cave on the Peng family mountain. Peng Hantao is still wearing a mask. His face was previously made into a turtle tattoo, and he often covered his face. Therefore, the Peng family people feel that his current appearance is very normal. In one of Peng Jeshan's cave abodes, Peng Hantao brought Qin Yun there and laughed out loud. "Dad, is the turtle on your face as big as mine?" Peng Huxiong is a long-bearded old man. He came out from a stone room, covered half of his face with his hand and said with low groan, "Damn brat, you are still laughing at me. In order to help you, I went to find that sly girl, and now I've also fallen into her trap. Take your hand away, let me see." Peng Hantao laughed. After Peng Huxiong let go of his hand, there was indeed a tortoise tattoo on his face. It was purple and much larger than Peng Hantao's, completely covering one side of his face. Peng Hantao was already laughing out loud. Peng Huxiong glared at him angrily and said, "What are you laughing at? Don't you also have a turtle mark?" Peng Hantao took off his mask and laughed. "Dad, look at me. My turtle tattoo is gone, ha ha." Peng Huxiong was very surprised and asked, "You don't tell me you went to that sly girl's crotch?" "Of course not, this big brother helped me get rid of it." Peng Hantao patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with smile, "Greetings, senior, I am Qin Yun." Qin Yun took off his mask and said with a smile, Qin Yun." Peng Huxiong looked at Qin Yun in shock and said with a smile, "Aya, esteemed guest, esteemed guest. You should have told me earlier so that I could properly entertain you." Peng Huxiong walked over and hit Peng Hantao's head. He scolded with a smile, "You brat, why didn't you tell me earlier that an esteemed guest was coming? There's no need to entertain me." Qin Yun said with a smile, "Senior, let me get rid of the tortoise tattoo on your face first." All right, Heavenly Master Qin is truly amazing. Any problem regarding inscription is nothing in front of you." Peng Huxiong sighed with emotion. During this period of time, he frequently met with the inscription masters of the inscription family and the inscription world. He also understood Qin Yun's level in the field of inscription. In addition, Qin Yun had previously restrained the poisonous insects of the Sun Spirit race, so his level in the field of inscription was also recognized by the industry. After Qin Yun released the Nether Moon, just like before, he quickly got rid of the tortoise tattoo on Peng Huxiong's face. Peng Huxiong praised Qin Yun's high level of inscription while feeling very grateful. At this time, Peng Hantao took out a compass used to probe the sun god crystal. He activated the left side of the compass and said in shock, "Big brother, why can't I detect the fluctuation of your divine universe golden stone? The energy fluctuation of the divine universe golden stone has been suppressed by me." Qin Yun said with a mischievous smile. The box of the divine universe golden stone is placed in the 8th secret room. The walls of the 8th secret room are made of dragon eggshell material. Heavenly Master Qin is truly amazing. The fluctuation released by your watermelon-sized divine universe golden stone is very strong, but it was actually suppressed by you. Admirable, admirable. Peng Huxiong sighed in amazement. Qin Yun's divine universe golden stone is not as big as a watermelon. It is just a rumor outside. This also caused the people of the outer heaven domain to want it even more. Big brother Qin, you should put on your mask. Don't expose your identity, it will be better this way. Peng Hantao said with a smile. Is it because I'm more handsome that you're afraid that I'll steal your limelight? Qin Yun laughed and then put on his mask. Peng Hantao said with a smile, Of course not. Although you are almost more handsome than me, I don't feel any pressure standing next to you. Peng Huxiong said, Heavenly Master Qin, why don't you come with us to the Emperor Clan Divine Palace? In the plaza in front of the gate, we'll teach that sly girl a lesson. Speaking of that sly girl, Peng Hantao is also very angry. He nodded and said, That little delinquent girl is truly too sinister, she deserves a lesson. Alright. Qin Yun also wants to see what kind of background those mysterious people have. He used the magic mirror to contact Princess Anya. Princess Anya said that she is in seclusion in the Dragon Manor and has not come out for a period of time. She doesn't know the situation outside. After contacting Elder Qin said that those people are from the Outer Heaven domain. He doesn't know the specifics, only a few clan kings know their origins. Finally, Qin Yun can only contact the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor. Those bastards are from the Nine Yang Divine Palace. Immortal desolate Dragon Emperor's angry voice transmitted into Qin Yun's mind through the magic mirror. He coldly snorted, "An extremely arrogant group of people, ignore them." From the Nine Yang Divine Palace? Are you sure? Qin Yun is very shocked. The Nine Yang Divine Palace that has disappeared for many years actually sent people to the immortal desolate. I'm very sure. Little floating cloud, they definitely have a purpose in coming to the immortal desolate. I'm guessing that it's extremely likely that they're here for you. You have the Divine Universe Golden Stone in your hands, and you're also a member of the Imperial Clan. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said. The few clan kings of the Imperial Clan all want to contact the Nine Yang Divine Palace, so they treat them very well. Qin Yun is somewhat doubtful. Does the Nine Yang Divine Palace really want my Divine Universe Golden Stone? Don't they have any other purpose? Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor thought for a moment and said, Yes, they are secretly discussing to go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. That is also a Sun Holy Land. As expected, Qin Yun said, recently, the Imperial Clan and the Dark Royal Race all want to go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. I know there's a very mysterious thing hidden inside. I heard that it's related to the Nine Yang Royal Race and the Nine Yang Divine Palace. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said, Xiao Fuyun, where are you, brat? Is that girl Yu Qing alright? Yu Qing. She went out, she might have gone to the Guang Han Palace. Qin Yun said with smile. I'm preparing to go to the gate of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace and compete with those people from the Nine Yang Divine Palace. Don't cause trouble. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said, You have the Divine Universe Golden Stone on you. Don't worry, the energy fluctuations of the Divine Universe Golden Stone have been suppressed by me. Senior, where are you? Do you want to come and take a look? Qin Yun said, I will compete with them in inscription. You can really suppress the energy fluctuations of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor is very shocked and said, All right, I'll go immediately. I'm also near the Imperial Clan Divine Palace. I love watching you play dirty. Qin Yun also plans to use the Dragon Egg's shell to make even more things in the future. He can completely hide the fluctuations of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. This way, it will be very convenient for him to secretly use the power of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Peng Huxiong and Peng Hantao, father and son, are wearing masks, pretending that the turtle tattoo on their faces is still there. Qin Yun followed behind them and headed towards the gate of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace. Other people of Peng family received Peng Huxiong's notice and immediately rushed over to support them. After Qin Yun arrived at the gate of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace, the Devil Mirror suddenly received Shiman Dazhuang's sound transmission. Boss, where are you? Something big is going to happen at the gate of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace. Ancient Era Peng family wants to challenge the inscription masters of the Imperial Clan. A few inscription families are going to watch the show. Oh! Qin Yun did not say that he is at the gate of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace. The plaza of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace's gate is currently very spacious and empty. There are only Qin Yun and others. Peng Huxiong called the elders of the inscription families and the inscription world. They are all on the way. Because before, Peng Huxiong was humiliated by the people from the Nine Yang Divine Palace. This time, he also wants to make the people from the Nine Yang Divine Palace make a fool of themselves. The people from the Dark Royal Race are all here. Peng Hantao said in low voice, Dad, why are they here? These guys are nearby. They saw so many experts coming, so naturally they also came to take a look. Peng Huxiong groaned and said, "A group of meddlesome dogs." Qin Yun also knows the background of these mysterious people. They are from the Nine Yang Divine Palace. It means that their inscription level is very good. "Princess, the people from the Nine Yang Divine Palace are here." Qin Yun contacted Princess Anya and said, "If you can come out now, come to the gate. I want to compete with them in inscription and probe their foundation." "The people from the Nine Yang Divine Palace are here? This is not a good thing." Princess Anya is very shocked. "These guys must be going to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. I will immediately rush to the gate." Princess Anya is the reincarnation of the Nine Yang Divine Maiden. Moreover, she has died several times in the past few eras. Although her current memories are fragmented, she still understands the Nine Yang Divine Palace quite well. Qin Yun asked Princess Anya to come so that she can provide some help at a critical moment. "Big brother, don't be afraid of those guys. With your strength, you can easily beat them up," Peng Hantao said. "After this matter is over, remember to teach me the secret technique of inscription spirit transformation," Qin Yun said with a smile. "I'll give it to you now." Peng Huxiong took out a pearl and said, "This is a memory pearl. Read the memories of the secret technique, and you will be very familiar with it." Chapter 1818. Chapter 1818. Dragon Transformation Tao Evolution. After Qin Yun obtained the secret technique, he wanted to learn it immediately. Mastering this secret technique is not easy, it will take a lot of time, Peng Huxiong said. "As for how to successfully make inscription spirit take human form, we can't teach you. Because different people have different methods," Peng Hantao said with smile. "Big brother, don't be anxious. With your talent, you will definitely succeed. You can't make inscription spirit take human form to be that powerful. If you can, it will definitely be incredible." Qin Yun nodded. Peng family people arrived one after another. Peng Huxiong is the family master of Peng family, and their Peng family specializes in inscription. Now that their family master and son suffered a great loss, their Peng family people are very angry. Peng Huxiong said that he found a strong person to help them, so the Peng family people immediately rushed over. There are not many Peng family people, but each and every one of them is very strong. After all, they are people of the ancient era, they have cultivated for many years. Inscription masters from the inscription world and inscription aristocratic families arrived one after another. Qin Yun saw Shimen Dezhuang and Shimen Taigan. Shimen Qinglian is also here, she is beside Shimen Dezhuang. Shimen Dezhuang didn't recognize Qin Yun. Elder Qin and other elders who appeared later also didn't recognize Qin Yun. Qin Yun secretly relaxed because even people who are familiar with him can't discover him, let alone others. The Heaven Leaping Shuttle is inside his 9-Sun Divine Soul, and the Divine Universe Golden Stone is inside the Heaven Leaping Shuttle. Now, the Divine Universe Golden Stone's power fluctuation has been suppressed, Outer Heaven Domain people can't find him. Not long after, more than 10 people wearing white robes, their bodies are filled with cold and aloof aura. They slowly floated out of the Emperor Clan Divine Palace's entrance. These people were the ones with mysterious origins. They are from the 9-Sun Divine Palace. These people are all youngsters, there are no middle-aged or old people. This means that their older generation doesn't care about this kind of thing, so they didn't come out. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and Scarlet Sun Dragon Mother came. They know that Qin Yun wants to compete with the 9-Sun Divine Palace people, so they came to take a look. Even Heartless Immortal Venerable came out to watch the show. It was Peng Huxiong who called him out. It must be known that Peng Huxiong and Heartless Immortal Venerable have known each other since last era. Their friendship is not shallow. Peng Huxiong did not inform Emotionless Immortal Supremacy that Qin Yun was beside him. However, emotionless Immortal Venerable could tell that the person was Qin Yun, but he didn't say anything. He only felt very shocked because Qin Yun didn't have the divine power fluctuations of the Divine Universe Goldstone. Princess Anya also came out. She stood alone in a place and watched quietly. The leader of the youths from the 9-yang Divine Palace was a young girl with an oval face. Her face was delicate and her intelligent eyes were filled with disdain. Her white dress fluttered in the wind and was surrounded by a faint white glow. She looked like a fairy. "Big brother, this is that delinquent girl. Her name is Wang Xiangtong," Peng Hantao whispered. When Wang Xiangtong saw Peng Hantao and Peng Huxiong, she smiled tenderly and said, "You father and son are really disappointing. You're already like this, yet you're still not willing to obediently beg me to help you get rid of the turtle marks." "Wang Xiangtong, I found a very strong helper. You are definitely not his match," Peng Hantao shouted and then looked at Qin Yun beside him. The dozen or so youths beside Wang Xiangtong all looked at Qin Yun with disdain. Qin Yun only has the aura of an immortal emperor and it is very faint. No matter how you look at it, he is a very weak immortal emperor, Wang Xiangtong said with sneer. "Peng family master, you lost to me, don't tell me you still don't understand my strength?" Other powers are very interested in this group of mysterious youths. Especially the dark royal race because they can see that these youths are different from the masses. Furthermore, these youths' inscription technique is extremely brilliant. The runes they are using are very ancient and very powerful. The dark royal race was cut off from the 9-yang royal race. Their inscription technique is not bad, so they can see that the runes used by these youths are related to the lost runes of the 9-yang royal race. The inscription masters from the inscription world and inscription aristocratic families also saw the turtle mark on Peng Hantao's face before. They were also helpless against it, so they are very respectful towards these mysterious youths. At this time, some elders from the inscription aristocratic families and the inscription world brought the youths to get close to the 9-yang Divine Palace youth. Xiao and Qi families' inscription masters came over to flatter them. Peng Huxiong said, "Miss Wang, although the cultivation of the friend I found this time is low, his inscription technique is very strong. If you defeat him, I will give you a very big sun god crystal." After speaking, Peng Huxiong also took out an apple-sized sun god crystal. It looks like a real apple, it is a dazzling golden crystal apple. This kind of sun god crystal is very popular no matter where it is placed. Therefore, when the youth from the 9-yang Divine Palace saw the dazzling golden crystal apple, his eyes immediately shone. Many powerful immortal emperors here are staring at the golden crystal apple in Peng Huxiong's hand with envy. Especially the dark royal race and other evil factions experts, they did not conceal their desire to snatch it. Some immortal emperors are unable to suppress the power within their body because of greed. "What if I lose?" Wang Xiangtong looked at the golden crystal apple. Her beautiful eyes flickered with extraordinary splendor. "If you lose, I will draw a turtle on your face," Qin Yun indifferently said. "All right." Wang Xiangtong smiled. "How can I lose to you mortals? Let's begin the battle of inscription Do Masters." Peng Huxiong nodded at Qin Yun. Qin Yun is not afraid of engaging in a battle of inscription. He also knows that this kind of battle of inscription Do Masters has existed since ancient times. It is very popular in the inscription world. Previously, Peng Huxiong and Peng Hantao lost because their inscription Do techniques are inferior to Wang Xiangtong's. Wang Xiangtong's cultivation is extremely high. Her body overflowed with several kinds of immortal emperor power fluctuations. She is at least a 5th-level immortal emperor. Inscription Do masters don't need to use the energy within their body. They only use the power of blood spirit and won't expose the aura within their body. Qin Yun can also fight without any worry. "Sister Tong, that guy has just entered the immortal emperor realm. You should be able to take him down very quickly. A tall white-robed youth beside Wang Xiangtong said with a faint smile. This youth is holding a long sword in his hand, golden runes are flowing on the scabbard. Impressively, it is Dao Evolution Rune. Furthermore, his Dao Evolution Rune is Dragon Transformation. Seeing the rune on his scabbard, a few old inscription masters from the inscription world exclaimed in admiration and started discussing. The rune on that youth's scabbard seems to be Dragon Transformation Dao Evolution Rune. An old man said in shock. This kind of Dao Evolution Rune is extremely profound. Was it created by him? Dragon Transformation Rune, Dao Evolution Rune, runes created by the combination of these two are very terrifying. Another old man exclaimed in admiration. Wang Xiangtong heard people discussing and smiled proudly. This is my big brother Wang Xianquan. He is the strongest inscription master among us youngsters. He has 3 inscription spirits. 3 inscription spirit youngsters. This immediately caused the inscription masters present to burst into an uproar. They are all extremely envious. Wang Xianquan saw a group of powerful old inscription masters casting envious gazes at him. He is secretly proud and said with a faint smile, "It's just 3 inscription spirits, it's not surprising." 3 inscription spirits, it's actually not surprising. This caused the hearts of many old inscription masters to twitch. It is already very good for them to have 1 inscription spirit, and to have 3 is not surprising. This is a great blow to their confidence. I only have 2, but it's enough. Wang Xiangtong walked towards Qin Yun and sized him up. She said with a disdainful smile, "I have 2 inscription spirits, are you afraid now? With your level, you still want to draw a turtle on my face. You are truly overestimating your capabilities." Pring Huxiong said, "Miss Wang, stand in position, prepare to begin." The rules of inscription Do Master Battle is that they need to be separated by a certain distance. Wang Xiangtong waved her hand and released a stone table. She said with a smile, "Stand on top of the stone table. If you fall from the stone table, you lose." "Alright." Qin Yun did not even think about it and directly agreed. 2 stone tables are separated by 100 meters. They are placed in front of the entrance of the Emperor Clan Divine Palace. Other people also floated in the air one after another, leaving the entire plaza in front of the entrance for Qin Yun and Wang Xiangtong to fight. After last time's battle with Peng Hantao, Qin Yun also comprehended the crux of inscription battle. He also comprehended many inscription Do technique. Seeing that Qin Yun and Wang Xiangtong are ready, Peng Huxiong also shouted, "Begin!" At the beginning, Qin Yun and Wang Xiangtong released their blood spirit power. They extended their hands and quickly drew runes in the air. A ball of light appeared in front of them. Inside the ball of light, many runes are rapidly forming. From the beginning, the atmosphere is extremely tense, because they want to see who will attack first. The runes they are drawing seem to be more complicated, so they did not attack first. This means that they are drawing defensive runes. This little girl really has some ability. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye to look and is secretly alarmed. She is drawing totem runes, it looks like shield totem. Qin Yun is also drawing totem runes, it is Xian Wu totem runes. An old man from the inscription world exclaimed, "Both of them are drawing totem runes. And their speed is very fast." It is still Sister Tong who is awesome. She can draw 4 lines. That guy can only draw 2 lines with 2 fingers on both hands. He is even inferior to Peng Hantao from before. The outcome is already decided. Wang Xianquan's calm and confident voice strangely spread in all directions. Wang Xiangtong's 2 fingers are drawing runes, her speed is indeed extremely fast. Qin Yun has just mastered inscription Do technique. Being able to draw 2 lines is already not bad. However, under the same situation of drawing totems, his speed is not slow at all. Because he has Totem Inscription Spirit and Beast King Inscription Spirit, they can increase his speed. Wang Xiangtong is a young girl, yet she has 2 inscription spirits and can draw 4 lines. This caused many elders of the inscription world to exclaim in admiration. They repeatedly praised her as a rare genius. Chapter 1819. Old Guy. The square shield that Wang Xiangtong made has many spikes on its surface. It is obvious that it can be used to attack. It is a shield totem and a rather high-level one at that. Immortal tier shield totem, pretty strong. Qin Yun said in his heart as he looked at the shield totem. You lost. Wang Xiangtong giggled and controlled the square shield to fly over. She is about to launch a very powerful shield attack. After being hit by such a powerful square shield, Qin Yun, who is standing on the stone table, will definitely fall down. Seeing this scene, everyone shook their heads repeatedly. Someone sighed and said, Old Ping is really something, he is simply messing around. That big guy's sun god crystal is going to be gone. That's right, why would he believe a guy who can only draw runes on 2 paths? What a great loss. They didn't even get rid of the turtle tattoo on their faces, and now they lost a very large sun god crystal. Wang Xianquan shook his head and said with sneer, The immortal desolate is truly backward. How can the people here be so ignorant and arrogant? When the square shield rushed over, the ball of light in front of Qin Yun suddenly exploded. The black tortoise that looked like a giant turtle suddenly roared. Hearing this beast roar, all the inscription masters present are emotionally moved. Their hearts are filled with shock as they stared at the black tortoise with wide eyes. Wang Xianquan was still sneering earlier, but now his expression is grave. He is also looking at the black tortoise in shock. Young Master Wang. That is the black tortoise totem. Someone said to Wang Xianquan. I know. Wang Xianquan coldly snorted and said, That guy is really hiding his strength. Black tortoise is a powerful divine beast. Now that the black tortoise totem has appeared, it immediately shocked everyone present and caused a sensation in all directions. Peng Huxiong also laughed loudly. He was extremely nervous just now and thought that Qin Yun was going to lose. Peng Hantao heaved a sigh of relief and said with smile, I knew Big Brother wouldn't disappoint us. The black tortoise totem that suddenly appeared easily shook away the shield totem. After all, it is a divine beast totem. It is much higher than ordinary shield totem. The little black donkey is watching the duel through the magic mirror from a distant place. Ha ha! That masked guy is the boss. He's using my black tortoise god's totem. My god's totem is so awesome, it can send that bullsh *T shield totem flying. The little black donkey was very excited. It smiled at the black rat and Bai Zhe beside it. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? It really is boss. Strange, there were so many powerful fellows here, but none of them recognized the boss. Could it be that the divine universe goldstones on him no longer produce divine power fluctuations? He Shu said in shock. Definitely. Boss is awesome. He solved this problem so quickly. Bai Zhe laughed. Boss doesn't need to be chased by the outer realm anymore. The little black donkey suddenly cried out in excitement. Look, the black tortoise has been activated. This great deity's black tortoise totem has transformed into the black tortoise divine armor to protect Boss' fragile body. With this great deity's black tortoise totem protecting his body, Boss will be invincible under the heavens. Ha ha. After the black tortoise totem bounced off the shield totem, it flew to Qin Yun and enveloped him. As for Qin Yun, he released the power of the blood soul to maintain the black tortoise totem. If not, it would dissipate in no time. In the opening exchange, Wang Xiangtong was at a disadvantage. Not only her shield totem was bounced off, it has also been messed up. The shield totem won't be able to last long and will be completely destroyed. Sister Tong, quickly repair the shield totem. Wang Xianquan shouted. He is no longer as calm as before. Wang Xiangtong gritted her jade-like teeth and glared at Qin Yun. Then, she quickly started drawing runes to repair the damaged shield totem. Repair? I want to see how long you can last. Qin Yun snickered in his heart and quickly drew runes. Everyone knows that Qin Yun is drawing offensive runes. This time, he is drawing Star and Moon Sword rune. With Star Lord, Moon Lady and Weapon King, these three inscription spirits can allow him to quickly draw powerful Star and Moon Sword runes. One must know that Star and Moon Sword runes are Dao evolution runes. They are very powerful. Wang Xiangtong's best choice is to repair the shield totem because she is in urgent need of defense. She also did not expect that Qin Yun would be able to quickly draw Divine Beast totem from the very beginning. Furthermore, he is only drawing runes on two paths. This means that either Qin Yun has mastered inscription spirit or he is very familiar with Divine Beast totems. Peng Hantao said with a smile. The outcome has been decided. Previously, when he fought Qin Yun in inscription, he lost miserably because the Qin Yun he faced at that time did not understand inscription battle techniques at all. However, Qin Yun was still able to quickly comprehend battle techniques during the battle. Coupled with his deep foundation, he was able to draw very powerful runes to defeat him. I won't lose. Wang Xiangtong's shield totem has already been repaired. Sister Tong, don't attack, use your shield to defend. Quickly draw offensive runes to disturb him. Wang Xianquan said anxiously. That guy is very strange. He is drawing a very powerful offensive rune. I'll disturb him right now. Wang Xiangtong shouted. She used her hands to draw runes in 4 directions. In the blink of an eye, she used runes to draw an axe. The axe spun in the air, bringing with it heavy fluctuations. It shot out whistling sounds as it pierced through the air. With a single glance, one can tell that it is a very powerful attack. The black tortoise totem on Qin Yun's body suddenly flew out. It roared at the spinning axe and directly shattered the runes on the axe. Then, the black tortoise totem once again returned to Qin Yun's body. Ha ha! This great god's black tortoise totem is awesome. The little black donkey looked at the magic mirror and laughed loudly. Wang Xiangtong underestimated the power of the Divine Beast totem and also underestimated Qin Yun's inscription battle technique. Because in her opinion, an inscription battle master who can only draw runes on both sides must be a rookie. However, Qin Yun did not seem like a rookie in any aspect. Instead, he is an old schemer. Peng Huxiong and Peng Hantao both laughed treacherously. Sister Tong, release your strongest blood-soul power and strengthen the shield totem. Wang Xianquan shouted. That guy's offensive runes are very strong. Everyone could tell that Wang Xianquan was going crazy from anxiety. The people of the inscription world and the inscription family are all very surprised who the helper that Peng Huxiong and his son found is. They actually have this kind of level. Wang Xiangtong only felt a great deal of pressure. The ball of light in front of Qin Yun suddenly disappeared, and a long sword that flickered with cold light flew out. The long sword was formed from runes, but the runes on it are flowing and changing. When Princess Anya saw those Dao Yen runes, she knew that the outcome was decided. It's the Dao Yen rune. Wang Xianquan's exclamation was filled with anxiety as he shouted, Sister Tong, quickly dodge! Wang Xiangtong stamped her feet and immediately jumped off the table. Xiao! The Star and Moon Sword runes flew out. Just that kind of aura is extremely frightening. Boom! The long sword formed from runes stabbed into the shield totem, causing a loud explosion. The shield totem was shattered, and the stone table also exploded, turning into powder. The Star and Moon Sword runes did not dissipate. Instead, they flew back to Qin Yun's body and the blood-soul power inside returned to his body. The black tortoise totem that wrapped around his body also suddenly entered his body. The blood-soul power has been retracted by Qin Yun. We won. Peng Huxiong chuckled. The surrounding inscription masters are all dumbstruck, because they saw a very mysterious and very rare Dao Yen rune. Princess Anya is also somewhat astonished that Qin Yun could actually master it so quickly. Wang Xianquan flew down and landed beside the dazed Wang Xiangtong. He sensed the aura of the totems and said with a frown, "That guy's blood soul power is very strong. There is actually such a person in the immortal desolate. Big brother, I've lost." Wang Xiangtong threw herself into Wang Xianquan's embrace and burst into tears. She could not bear this kind of grievance. "Sister Tong, that guy is an old fox. He can't really only draw runes in 2 ways. Maybe he just wants you or us to deliberately underestimate him," Wang Xianquan said in a low voice. This made Wang Xiangtong feel even more upset. Because others deliberately let her win, she actually lost. Qin Yun really can only draw runes in 2 ways. Peng Hantao chuckled and said, "Miss Wang, you lost. I want to draw a turtle on your face. Ha ha ha, don't act shamelessly." Wang Xiangtong stopped crying and shouted, "How about this? Don't draw a turtle on my face, I'll help you get rid of the turtle on your faces." Peng Hantao and Peng Huxiong took off their mask. There were no more turtles on their faces. Seeing the father and son duo's sinister smile, they knew that they deliberately hid this point to make Wang Xiangtong overlook it. "These 2 treacherous thieves," someone cursed in a low voice. Wang Xiangtong is startled. She can only hug her head and cry bitterly. She knows that she has been tricked. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor also shook his head with a smile. He knew that with Qin Yun taking action, there might be people crying for their parents. "I'm so beautiful, can you bear to do it?" Wang Xiangtong cried and shouted. "I'm so handsome, yet you are willing to do it." Peng Hantao curled his lips and said, "Big brother, go over and draw a big turtle on her little face." Qin Yun really walked over. Wang Xianquan shouted, "Drawing a turtle on Sister Tong's face, you are just venting your anger, you won't get any benefits at all. Since you are all mature people, you should value benefits more, right?" The turtle tattoo on Peng Hantao and Peng Huxiong's face is very difficult to remove. They previously found many famous heavenly inscription masters, but none of them could do anything. Now that the turtle tattoo on their faces has been removed, it is obvious that it was done by the helpers they invited. Although the youths of the 9 Yang Divine Palace are rather arrogant, they still want face. Therefore, even if they lost now, they did not just leave. If they really ran to the Emperor Race Divine Palace to hide, Qin Yun and company would not be able to do anything to them. They did not want to act shamelessly, they just wanted to resolve this matter in a more appropriate manner. "Give us such a big sun god crystal," Peng Huxiong said, then shook the golden apple sun god crystal in his hand. "We don't have that big." Wang Xianquan took out a longan-sized sun god crystal. "It's only this big, do you want it?" "Yes," Peng Huxiong shouted with a smile. Such a big sun god crystal is also very precious. He walked over and took the sun god crystal. He weighed it in his hand and then handed it over to Qin Yun. Qin Yun took it and felt that the sun god crystal is very heavy. The inside is filled with violent divine power. He is very satisfied as he put away the sun god crystal. To be able to invite such a person. "You guys are awesome." Wang Xianquan looked at Qin Yun and snorted. "Young Master Wang, do you want to have a round with my big brother?" Peng Hantao chuckled. "Forget it, I'm just a junior. Sparring with this kind of old fellow will only be asking for trouble." Wang Xianquan looked at Qin Yun in displeasure and said with a snort, "You're already a senior, yet you're still playing this kind of trick. Truly shameless." Chapter 1820. Variant Dragon Race Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor very much approves of Wang Xianquan's words. Because Qin Yun had a past life, he can be considered a very old fellow. Qin Yun did not argue with Wang Xianquan. In any case, he has already seen the strength of the 9 Yang Divine Palace youths. Their level is extremely high, they also have talent but they are somewhat arrogant. The 9 Yang Divine Palace youths are very amazed by the runes and totems Qin Yun has mastered. Because those runes and totems should not have appeared in the Immortal Desolate. Ping father and son also let out a sigh, their faces are filled with smiles. Wang Xiangtong's face is puffed up, her eyes are red, she grinded her jade teeth and fiercely looked at Qin Yun. She snorted and said, "Old fellow, why are you wearing a mask? Quickly take it off." "I'm too ugly, I won't take it off." Qin Yun faintly smiled and said, "Little girl, if you don't accept it, we can still compete again. I won't be fooled by an old fox like you. An old fellow like you, your face is really thick." Wang Xiangtong stuck out her tongue and shouted at Qin Yun. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor saw that the 9 Yang Divine Palace youths suffered a loss. He felt much better in his heart. Just as he was about to leave, he suddenly sensed an aura rushing over. At this time, Dragon Manor's Dragon Elder and several other powerful old dragons flew out of the Emperor Race Divine Palace. Qin Yun saw that Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor's expression is grave and asked, "Senior, what's going on? There seems to be a very powerful dragon aura." "It's the variant dragon race of the Outer Heaven Domain. There are many dragon race in the Outer Heaven Domain. Some were brought out by the 9 Yang royal family when they conquered the 3,000 heavenly domains, some came out later. The dragon race can be said to be spread throughout the 3,000 heavenly domains, but there are not many pure dragon race. The dragons that came back from the Outer Heaven Domain are the most orthodox." Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor sighed and said, "Many years have passed, there are not many dragon race that are of the same mind. In the past, even mixed blood dragons were treated equally by the dragon race. But later on, those mixed blood dragons established their own sects, separated from the dragon race, and formed the variant dragon race. The so-called mixed blood dragons are the descendants of dragons and other beasts. For example, beasts with dragon blood in their bodies were all mixed blood dragons. These kinds of beasts had always been regarded by the dragon clan as their own kind. It was just that the mixed blood dragons did not appreciate it and felt that they would be treated as slaves by the dragon clan, so they left. Today, the majority of the dragon clan in the Dragon Manor Kingdom were either dragons or humans with dragon blood. Heartless Immortal Venerable said solemnly, "It's the Outer Heaven Domain's Long Alliance. These guys also wanted to attack the Immortal Desolate in the last era. Sinister Dragon Alliance. They were also an extremely powerful faction in the Outer Heaven Domain. The dragon race called them the Variant Dragon Race, while the Outer Heaven Domain called them the Variant Dragon Alliance. In short, they were an organization of hybrid dragons." Pring Huxiong cursed in a low voice, "What the hell do these guys want to do by coming here at this time? Don't tell me you also want to come to the Immortal Desolate to snatch the Sun God Crystal?" The Ancient Era's people were already annoyed enough by the Outer Sky Domain's Alliance army, and now there was the Mutated Dragon Alliance. "Does the Alliance have any interaction with the Alliance army?" Elder Qin asked. "It can be considered a cooperative relationship," an old man replied. This old man is from the dragon race who returned from the Outer Heaven Domain. At this time, Princess and Yi also quietly arrived near Qin Yun and sent sound transmission to him. The Mutated Dragon Alliance came to ridicule the orthodox dragon race. Qin Yun is somewhat doubtful and asked, "Why? Could it be that the Mutated Dragon Alliance is being suppressed by the dragon race in the Outer Heaven Domain?" No, the reason why the orthodox dragon race is so powerful is because they have the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. But now, only the Divine Desolate's Emperor Dragon race has the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. As far as I know, the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation in the hands of the dragon race, who returned from the Outer Heaven Domain, was suddenly damaged. The 9-dragon heavenly origin formation is very ancient. If it is not well protected, it will be damaged and difficult to repair. Now, the mutated Dragon Alliance from the Outer Heaven domain also received the news that the few orthodox dragon race factions in the Immortal Desolate no longer have the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. That is why they came over. Princess Yi also wants Qin Yun to know how important the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation in his hands is. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor sent sound transmission to Qin Yun and said, "Those guys from the 9-Yang Divine Palace came to the Immortal Desolate's Emperor Race Divine Palace to ask for the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. Those guys found out that our dragon race's 9-dragon heavenly origin formation has been destroyed. They became very angry at us." Qin Yun promised the Scarlet Sun Dragon Mother that he would help the dragon race create the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. He promised and he will fulfill it. The mutated dragons of the Mutated Dragon Alliance also rode many huge flying ships and arrived through space. Although their ships are black, they are very different from the Alliance Army's battleships. The Mutated Dragon Alliance's battleships are all made of dragon beasts. In the sky above the Emperor Race Divine Palace, there are tens of Mutated Dragon Alliance's battleships. After they arrived, they erupted with a burst of formidable dragon might. Although these mutated dragons do not have pure dragon blood, more than half of their bodies contain dragon blood, so their strength is also very formidable. When the battleships arrived, their imposing manner is also very strong. However, they did not launch an attack. The Mutated Dragon Alliance is not stupid. They know that the Emperor Race Divine Palace is not that easy to break. They also know that the Emperor Race Dragon Warriors are very powerful. Earlier, the matter of the Alliance army being beaten until they were forced to flee in a sorry state has spread throughout the entire Immortal Desolate. Even the nearby Outer Heaven domain powers know about it. Immortal Desolate has Emperor Race and Heartless Immortal Venerable. They are not easy to bully. Mutated dragons have appeared. They can transform into human form. They are no different from Immortal Desolate humans. Transforming into human form is also an innate ability that many dragons have mastered. There are more than 100 mutated dragon people flying over. Each and every one of them are extremely powerful immortal emperors. They are all wearing black armor. They are not holding any weapons. They did not take out any weapons. It means that they are not here to fight. "What are you doing here?" A tall and sturdy old man coldly snorted and said. This old man is floating in the sky. He is wearing a mighty dragon-carved golden armor. His face is filled with anger. Qin Yun heard of this old man. He is the Dragon Race Clan King who is traveling in the Outer Heaven domain. His name is Long Yotsang. He is also a very powerful dragon. It's nothing, it's rare for the Orthodox dragon race to gather in the Immortal Desolate. Our mutated dragon race is here to congratulate you on your reunion. The old man leading the mutated dragon race is tall and thin. He has a smile on his face. Lang Chong, don't cause trouble in the Immortal Desolate. Long Yotsang snorted and said, otherwise our imperial race will not let you off. Lang Chong laughed loudly and said, cause trouble? What's there to do? Besides, your imperial race has offended the entire Alliance army. The Alliance army suffered heavy losses in the Immortal Desolate. They will definitely come back. We are not afraid of the Alliance army. Heartless Immortal Venerable flew into the sky, looked at Lang Chong and said with a sneer, many years have passed, you actually became a big shot of the mutated dragon race. I really didn't expect it. In the last era of the 9 Desolate, I was only a teenager. The Heartless Immortal Venerable of that time really left a deep impression on me. Lang Chong chuckled and said, Heartless Immortal Venerable, even if you are with the Imperial race this time, you won't be able to resist the Outer Heaven Domain Alliance army. Lang Chong, what do you know? Heartless Immortal Venerable asked. If the Alliance army wants to attack with all their might, can your tiny Immortal Desolate stop them? Lang Chong laughed. I just came to take a look at the newly unearthed Imperial Race Divine Palace, as well as to see if you, the Orthodox Dragon Race, really have the backbone to defend the immortal desolate. Long Yotsong said coldly. Don't forget, we still have the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation. No matter how many Alliance troops come, they will all die. Lang Chong immediately laughed out loud. Stop lying. You don't have any 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation anymore. Whether it's us or the Alliance army, we are all very sure that only the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation of the divine desolate imperial race is still there. Everyone present had heard of the fame of the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation. They had always thought that the dragon race, the Imperial Dragon Race, and the Outer Heaven Dragon Race all had the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation. 3 9 dragons' heavenly origin formations were extremely powerful. If they didn't have the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation, then the Alliance army would really be able to take down the Immortal Desolate. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor's expression is somewhat unsightly. Without the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation, it would be very difficult to fight against a large number of Alliance troops. Do you know better than us whether we have the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation or not? Long Yotsong said indifferently. Our 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation is still here. If you don't believe me, you can give it a try. Lang Chong said with a sneer. Stop bluffing. The 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation is a very ancient thing. It is already very good that it can be preserved in the immortal level space for so long. No matter how strong the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation is, it won't be able to last for long. In the long years, the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation will gradually weaken, and now it is completely finished. Qin Yun was puzzled as to why the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation of the Imperial Dragon Race and the Dragon Race could be destroyed. Now, he finally understood that the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation was already very ancient, so they were all very weak. The Imperial Dragon Race destroyed the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation. On one hand, the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation was about to age. On the other hand, they were worried that Princess and Yi would use the dying 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation to awaken the true 9 Yang bloodline. The 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation of the divine desolate land was probably about to be destroyed. It was also because they had powerful divine power that they were able to hold on. The destruction of the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation means that the 9 Yang heavenly region will completely fall. Ah! Lang Chong laughed loudly. The dragon warriors all clenched their fists tightly. Only those old dragons knew about the destruction of the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation. They did not tell the younger generation because they were afraid of causing panic. And now, it was likely that they would not be able to keep this secret. Lang Chong, did you come here to spread such rumors and create panic? Long Yotsong said in a deep voice. I'm just speaking the truth. Oh right, the upper echelons of the Alliance army will be here soon. They will talk to you. If you agree to their conditions, the Immortal Desolate might be able to operate steadily until the sun sets. Lang Chong said with a smile. But I feel that the high and mighty Imperial clan will not agree to their conditions. Elder Long said coldly. Our strength is not weaker than theirs, why should we agree to their conditions? Chapter 1821. The Confidence of the Temple. Lang Chong laughed. Heartless old demon, how long has it been since you learned about outer heaven domains? How can a narrow-minded person like you imagine the power of the outer heaven region? It's only because your 9 suns heaven region is too isolated that you know nothing about outer heaven regions. If the outer heaven realm is really strong, then we wouldn't have killed so many of their allied forces. Heartless Immortal Venerable sneered. Could it be that the ships of the Alliance army and outer heavens that we killed before were all fake? That battle was still being passed down to this day. Both the Outer Heavens warships and the Alliance's warships suffered heavy losses. The mutated dragons also knew this, but they still felt that the Immortal Desolate was too weak compared to the entire Outer Heaven region. The Outer Sky Alliance army you encountered is just the tip of the iceberg. When their entire army moves out, it will be the doomsday of your Immortal Desolate. Lang Chong said, "Let's see how long you can remain arrogant for." Another old man from the mutated dragon race also sneered. "Your Immortal Desolate is a joke in the 3,000 heavenly domains. You guys actually think so highly of yourselves." Pring Huxiong shouted. "If the Immortal Desolate is really that bad, then why did you guys from the 3,000 heavenly domain come to this kind of place? Didn't you come to the Immortal Desolate because you fancied the resources here?" Elder Qin also smiled and said, "That's right. If our Immortal Desolate was really that backward, we would have long been conquered by the other heavenly regions. In fact, for so many years, the Immortal Desolate has not been invaded by the Outer Heaven domain. This shows that our Immortal Desolate has many talented people." Long Yotsang said, "Lang Chong, don't speak alarmist words here. We are not afraid of any bullshit Alliance army." Lang Chong snorted, "All right then, I'll wait to see all of you get annihilated." The Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor suddenly said, "Did you strange dragons come here just to fart at us? What other motives do you have?" The reason why the variant dragon race said so much was to make the Emperor clans afraid, to make the Emperor clans feel that they were weak. Long Yotsang sneered, "Mutated dragon race, do you think we will ask you for help?" The variant dragons were indeed a very powerful force in the Outer Heaven realms. If the mutated dragons and the monarch clans joined forces, they would be able to intimidate all the forces in the Outer Heavens. The Immortal Desolate Land was a treasure land. Now there were many sun god crystals that had descended, and they were all things that contained dense divine power. Even though they could not quickly absorb the energy within the sun god crystal, the sun god crystal had other uses. Furthermore, there were all sorts of legends about the mysterious Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Many great factions felt that the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range hid an inheritance related to the Nine Suns royal family. The Nine Suns royal family had once dominated the 3,000 Heavens region. Only a small portion of their inheritance was passed down, but it was enough to make the 3,000 Heavens domain extremely powerful. When everyone heard this, they knew what the alien dragon tribe was planning. The foreign dragon race also wanted to participate. If they could join hands with the imperial clans, it would be much easier for them to enter the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. The variant dragon race wasn't willing to negotiate calmly, so they said some scary things to make the Emperor clans ally with them. Most of the experts from the Emperor clans were wily old foxes. They immediately understood the intentions of the mutated dragon race. The variant dragon race indeed didn't expect the Emperor clans to be so unyielding, moreover so confident, not willing to lower their heads and ask for help from others. Lang Chong saw that his scheme had been exposed, but he still said calmly, "Join forces with you? Are you worthy? Within the 3,000 Heavens domain, your Nine Sun heavenly domain is the most backward. Especially in the aspect of inscription technique, you are the last." These words are too absolute. Wang Xiangtong snorted and shouted, "My Nine Yang Divine Palace is not convinced." People from the inscription world and the inscription aristocrat clans all expressed that their inscription level is not bad. Wang Xiangtong directly said that she came from the Nine Yang Divine Palace. This immediately caused many great powers of the Immortal Desolate to be extremely shocked. Especially the Evil Sun race and the Dark Royal race. They have always suspected the identity of those mysterious people. Now that Wang Xiangtong admitted that she came from the Nine Yang Divine Palace, they no longer have any doubts. Wang Xiangtong and Wang Xianquan both look very young, and the runes they used are all powerful runes that have been lost in history. If they are from the Nine Yang Divine Palace, then the doubts in everyone's hearts will be solved. 9 Divine Palace? Hearing these words, Lang Chong is somewhat surprised. The other variant dragon race people all revealed expressions of shock. After the 9 royal race and the emperor race, the 9 Divine Palace is the existence that can intimidate the 3,000 heavenly domains the most. Didn't your 9 Divine Palace leave the 9 heavenly domain? An old man from the variant dragon race said. The 9 Divine Palace has not been in the 9 heavenly domain for many years. Many experts in the 9 heavenly domain have been searching for the whereabouts of the 9 Divine Palace. Who said it's not here? We are just a mysterious, desolate domain hidden in the 9 heavenly domain. We are also developing in the outer heaven domain, so we have a branch in the outer heaven domain, Wang Xianquan said. If you want to compete in inscription technique, your variant dragon race is still not our match. Lang Chong laughed loudly and said, All right, then let's compete. Your 9 Divine Palace should be the highest level in inscription in the 9 heavenly domain, right? Among the younger generation, we are indeed the highest level. Wang Xiangtong lightly glared at Qin Yun and said very confidently. In her eyes, Qin Yun is an old fellow, not a young man. Therefore, she lost to Qin Yun just now and is very unconvinced. Qin Yun only watched from the side without saying a word. In any case, he is wearing a mask and no one can recognize him. All right. Let's compete. Lang Chong chuckled. Suddenly, a spatial fluctuation came from all around. Dozens of black warships appeared. The Alliance army has arrived. Although the warships of the Alliance army this time are much smaller, they seem to be stronger than before, especially the energy fluctuations. When Qin Yun saw those black warships, he was secretly alarmed. Those warships can quickly travel through space, just like my heaven-leaping shuttle. These Alliance army are indeed very strong in the aspect of spatial runes. Seeing the Alliance army arrive, the Imperial clan's righteous alliance immediately became extremely vigilant. At this time, several powerful auras surged out from the Imperial clan Divine Palace. Those clan kings have appeared. Other than the clan kings, there are also a dozen or so extremely terrifying auras, filled with dense saint power. This kind of saint power aura only contains a bit of immortal power aura, which means that they will immediately become saint. The most terrifying thing is that the saint power contains traces of divine power, which is in the aspect of cultivating spirit. Those dozen or so auras came from the powerful seniors of the 9 Divine Palace. Alliance army, do you want to fight here? The Imperial Dragon Clan King's voice, filled with power, shook the sky. We do not want to have a war with the immortal desolate. The reason for the conflict earlier was because of Qin Yun. We have come here mainly to capture Qin Yun. As long as you do not stop us from capturing Qin Yun, we will not clash with you. An old man from the Alliance army flew out. The old man's entire body was covered in white fur, like a ferocious gorilla. Although he was hunched, he was still more than 3 meters tall. There were 2 scary humps on his back. His eyes were filled with a dark green light. After he appeared, he swept his gaze across the group of experts from the Imperial clan. Qin Yun had the Divine Universe Golden Stone in his hands. For the sake of the Divine Universe Golden Stone, the Alliance army had paid a huge price, especially the Earth drilling dog that they had lost. The Alliance army only wanted to turn the entire immortal desolate land upside down and capture Qin Yun to make up for their losses. If they were to clash with the Imperial clan, not to mention the fact that both sides would suffer, Qin Yun might even take advantage of this period of time to become stronger and head to the sacred desolate. The Imperial Dragon Clan King said coldly, "You are in the immortal desolate, so you must abide by the rules of the immortal desolate. The immortal desolate is in a special period of time and needs peace. If you were to snatch the resources of the immortal desolate, it would be equivalent to robbing the immortal desolate and becoming our enemy. Then we will take care of you. The leader of the Alliance army said, "Don't worry, we are not too interested in your sun god crystals. There are too many people fighting over them. We only want to capture Qin Yun." Qin Yun was beside Peng Huxiong. He looked up at the sky calmly. Peng Huxiong and Peng Hantao, on the other hand, were secretly sweating for him. Lang Chong of the mutated dragon race laughed. "Friends of the Alliance army, our mutated dragon race is about to compete with the Nine Yang Divine Palace. Since you are here, why don't you be the referee?" "Nine Yang Divine Palace?" the hunchbacked elder of the Alliance army said with sneer. "This Nine Yang Divine Palace is still alive. I said that the Nine Yang Heavenly Domain is the weakest heavenly domain. They are not convinced, so I can only let them experience the strongest inscription technique," Lang Chong said with smile. "Once all the Nine Dragon Heavenly Origin formation in the Nine Yang Heavenly Domain disappears, it will be the beginning of the Nine Yang Heavenly Domain's complete decline," the hunchbacked elder said with sneer. "Their inscription level is indeed poor. Any inscription Do master from our battleship can easily defeat them." Lang Chong said, "There is no need to compete with the old fellows. The main thing is to see the level of the young people. After all, the young people represent the future. The high level of the young people also means that the inheritance of the older generation is very good." The hunchbacked elder of the Alliance army nodded and said, "All right, let your younger generation compete with their younger generation. Let the Nine Yang Heavenly Domain experience the level of our Outer Heaven Domain's inscription." Lang Chong laughed loudly and said, "Of course, this group of people who look at the sky from the bottom of a well will soon see how weak they are in the 3,000 heavenly domains." The conversation between the Alliance army and the mutated dragon race caused the people of the Immortal Desolate to be extremely dissatisfied. The few clan kings are floating in the air. More than 10 old men from the Nine Yang Divine Palace are also beside them. One of the old men said slowly, "Wang Xiangtong, Wang Xianquan, you represent the highest level of the Nine Yang Divine Palace's younger generation in the Immortal Desolate. Go out and defeat them. Wang Xiangtong, you compete with the mutated dragon race's inscription master. Wang Xianquan, you compete with the Alliance army's inscription master." The Nine Yang Divine Palace actually wants to compete with two powerful Outer Heaven Domain powers in inscription. "Yes, grandfather," Wang Xianquan and Wang Xiangtong respectfully replied. Chapter 1822. Strange Dragon Doshur. The youths of the Nine Yang Divine Palace are extremely angry because the alien dragon race and the Alliance army of the Outer Heaven region look down on their Nine Yang Divine Palace. And before, the youths of the Nine Yang Divine Palace were also arrogant towards the inscription masters of the Immortal Desolate. Qin Yun also wanted to see what level the alien dragon race and the Alliance army are at. Peng Huxiong is very surprised. Originally, he was the one who brought Qin Yun to challenge the Nine Yang Divine Palace and even attracted a large group of big shots to watch. But now, it has become the Nine Yang Divine Palace challenging the alien dragon race and the Alliance army. To the people watching the show, no matter who challenges who, it is the same. At this moment, the focus is on the inscription masters of the Nine Yang Divine Palace and the alien dragon race. Everyone flew away from the square of the Emperor Clan Divine Palace. On the square, there are 2 square tables, separated by more than 100 meters. Wang Xiangtong is standing on one of the tables. Obviously, she is going to compete in the Inscription Doshur competition. Inscription Doshur is the highest level of Inscription Master. Generally speaking, when an Inscription Doshur uses an Inscription Do technique, it is a test of one's own foundation. There are many inscription masters who are very powerful when refining and carving, but it is very difficult to become an inscription Do master. And those who can become an inscription Do master are better than other inscription masters when refining and carving. The elders of the alien dragon race and the 9 Yang Divine Palace are agreeing on the rules, and the rules are more or less the same. Princess Yi has already quietly arrived behind Qin Yun and asked with sound transmission, "Qin Yun, do you think that little girl can win?" "I can't be sure yet. In short, that little sister's level is extremely high, otherwise she wouldn't have been able to win against the Ping father and son." Qin Yun replied, "Big sister princess, what do you think? That little sister might lose. The alien dragon race has been doing well with the Alliance army in the Outer Heaven region. They have shared many inscription techniques. Moreover, they are very wary of the 9 Yang Divine Palace. They have not leaked any inscription techniques to the 9 Yang Divine Palace." Princess Yi said. The 9 Yang Divine Palace's development in the Outer Heaven domain is to think of a way to obtain their inscription technique? Qin Yun suddenly understood the purpose of the 9 Yang Divine Palace's development. Yes, but the 9 Yang Divine Palace's external operations have not been very successful. They have been developing in the Outer Heaven domain for a very long time and have been thinking of all kinds of methods to obtain good runes. Princess Yi said, "Qin Yun, you must properly use the 9 Dao evolution runes I gave you. They are the highest rune inheritance of the 9 Sun royal family. I will definitely use it well." Qin Yun also knows that the 9 Dao evolution runes are very strong. They contain a lot of knowledge and require a very long time to research. After discussing the rules of the battle, the exotic dragon tribe also sent out their young man. He looked young, but his cultivation was not low. He was an 8th heaven immortal sovereign. His cultivation was higher than Wang Xiangtong's. However, Wang Xiangtong did not mind, because she had won against a 9th stage immortal emperor, Peng Huxiong. When comparing inscriptions, one does not look at cultivation level, only the technique of inscriptions. In the inscription world, one's status and strength were determined by the level of inscription. The person sent out by the exotic dragon tribe is a seductive young woman wearing green skirt. It is impossible to tell what kind of dragon she is, but she definitely has dragon blood in her body. Peacock Dragon Maiden, you are an outstanding young female inscription dosher of my exotic dragon tribe. With your strength, defeating that little girl is not a problem at all. Lang Chong said. Family King, my little girl can definitely defeat her. Peacock Dragon Maiden's seductive eyes flashed with a trace of sinister light. She looked at Wang Xiangtong with a charming smile. Peng Hantao said with smile, that little girl Wang Xiangtong has met her match. Qin Yun said with smile, old boy, that little sister Ding is representing the 9 Sun heavenly domain, we must support her. That's true. Peng Hantao laughed mischievously and then shouted, Wang Xiangtong, get rid of that damned slut, you can definitely do it. Peacock Dragon Maiden immediately looked at Peng Hantao with a murderous expression. Many younger generation members of the exotic dragon tribe also looked at Peng Hantao with fiendish expression, their killing intent surged. That human brat, what did you say? You dared to curse our goddess, are you courting death? Don't let me catch you. If I catch you, I will definitely swallow you alive. Human, if your mouth is shameless again, I will tear your stinky mouth apart. Many youths of the exotic dragon race started cursing at Peng Hantao. Peng Hantao is completely fearless. He is laughing loudly as if he is asking for a beating. Lang Chong is holding a magic mirror in his hand. He is looking at the content on it. Originally, the magic mirror had the fight between Qin Yun and Wang Xiangtong. However, it has been deleted. Qin Yun contacted Immortal Emperor Devil Mirror to delete it. From time to time, the magic mirror will lose some content. Immortal Emperor Devil Mirror's reply is that there is a small problem and then there is no more. Everyone doesn't care about this kind of thing. After all, the magic mirror is very cheap and very convenient to use. Immortal Desolate can make this kind of thing, it is quite awesome. Lang Chong chuckled and said, That little girl just lost to someone. It is a pity that we can't see how she lost. The exotic dragon race and the Alliance army came from the Outer Heaven domain. They are also very interested in the magic mirror. There is no such thing in the Outer Heaven domain. After Peacock Dragon Maiden and Wang Xiangtong stood in position, the inscription battle immediately began. A light ball appeared in front of them, and they began drawing runes. They are drawing 4 runes, their level is about the same. That light ball is used to conceal the runes drawn inside, to prevent others from prying. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye to see the runes they are drawing. That little sister is drawing a shield totem and Peacock Dragon Maiden is drawing a water dragon totem. Qin Yun is somewhat doubtful in his heart. Water dragon totem, is it used for defense? Ling Yuner said, "Does Peacock Dragon Maiden have an inscription spirit?" Qin Yun shook his head. "I don't know, if Yueme was here, she might be able to see it. This little girl Wang Xiangtong, I wonder what kind of inscription spirit she has." Ling Yun is very curious. "I guess it is related to shield." Qin Yun said, "Shield is a type of defensive tool. She has 2 inscription spirits, I wonder what the other one is." Peacock Dragon Maiden suddenly stopped drawing totem, causing everyone to think that she has finished drawing. This kind of speed caused Qin Yun to be astonished. "It is not a complete water dragon totem." Qin Yun looked carefully and said in astonishment, "You are already using a half-finished product?" Peacock Dragon Maiden stopped drawing halfway. While everyone is feeling puzzled, she took out another light ball and began drawing another rune. That rune is finished very quickly, it is actually an attack rune. Simple attack runes are usually very fast and their might is not very strong. Peacock Dragon Maiden finished drawing an attack rune. It is a cyan-colored bird. It brought along a very strong thunder cry. It transformed into a lightning bolt and attacked Wang Xiangtong. Wang Xiangtong reacted very quickly. She quickly drew an attack rune, condensed it into a spinning axe and hit the cyan-colored bird. Boom! The bird was struck and scattered. The axe also scattered and produced a burst of explosion sound. Peacock Dragon Maiden lightly groaned and continued drawing her water dragon totem. Wang Xiangtong said with sneer, "You want to disrupt my rhythm from the start? No way." Many people don't understand the tactics of inscription do masters, but now they somewhat understand. Peacock Dragon Maiden wants to test Wang Xiangtong's reaction speed. If Wang Xiangtong did not react in time, she would have definitely been hit. Then the defensive totem she drew at the start would have failed, her rhythm would have been disrupted, and she would have lost from the start. Wang Xiangtong's level is indeed very high, she can react very quickly. Qin Yun nodded repeatedly and said in low voice, "So it can be played like this." Pring Hantao said in low voice, "Big brother, this kind of trick needs to be very fast. You can't keep up with the double path rune drawing. Of course, when you become stronger in the future, you will definitely be able to hit the target." Qin Yun said with mischievous smile, "You can try it in the future." Pring Huxiong said, "Runes drawn at the start can be used for both offense and defense. And Heavenly Master's black tortoise totem you drew before is somewhat lacking in offense." "That's true, Black Tortoise Totem's defense is very strong but its offense is not enough." Qin Yun nodded. "However, having high defense is not a bad thing. Indeed, it can prevent the opponent from doubting life." Pring Huxiong said with mischievous smile, "Heavenly Master, that little girl's shield totem was injured by the Black Tortoise Totem's defense earlier. Therefore, she was forced to repair the shield totem to defend and lost the initiative." Qin Yun thought for a moment and suddenly shouted, "Little sister, the opponent's totem is a water dragon totem." His voice immediately caused a group of inscription masters to cry out in alarm. It must be known that everyone present admires this mysterious masked old man very much, because he was the one who caused Wang Xiangtong to suffer a crushing defeat. Furthermore, he was able to remove the turtle tattoo on the Ping father and son's faces. Therefore, when Qin Yun said that it was a water dragon totem, many inscription masters believed him. Qin Yun can see through what kind of rune others draw at the start. This is indeed a great advantage. Old man, this is a very critical moment, don't lie. Wang Xiangtong shouted at Qin Yun, who is far away in the sky. She actually somewhat believes him. When Qin Yun heard Wang Xiangtong call him old man, he doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. He sighed and said, "If you don't listen to the old, you will suffer losses right before your eyes." Peacock Dragon Maiden is very astonished in her heart. She glanced at Qin Yun because she is indeed drawing a water dragon totem. Lang Chong from the variant dragon race said with frown, "There is such a person in the immortal desolate, it is truly surprising." "There are many things that will surprise you," Peng Huxiong said. "This heavenly master is very awesome. He is only a first-stage immortal emperor, how awesome can he be?" The hunchbacked old man from the Alliance army said with sneer, "I think he only mastered some insignificant skills, he won't be able to become a great person." Pring Hantao said with sneer, "These arrogant guys, sooner or later they will see how awesome my big brother is." Qin Yun only reminded Wang Xiangtong to let her know that the opponent is drawing a water dragon totem. This way, she can make a good strategy in advance. Wang Xiangtong's shield totem was the first to be completed. She did not use shield attack. She lost because she was too anxious and used shield attack on Qin Yun's black tortoise totem. After Wang Xiangtong finished drawing her defensive rune, she immediately began drawing her offensive rune. The offensive rune was completed in an instant. First, she harassed Peacock Dragon Maiden and slowed down her rhythm. Then she began drawing even stronger offensive runes. Chapter 1823. Elephant Ear Peacock Dragon Maiden is very annoyed by the harassment, but she is very calm. She freed one hand to quickly draw runes, blocking all kinds of axe runes that Wang Xiangtong is throwing at her. Her other hand was slowly drawing a water dragon totem. As long as her water dragon totem was healed, Wang Xiangtong would not be as relaxed as she was now. Wang Xiangtong is also very anxious because she can sense that Peacock Dragon Maiden's inscription do technique is very brilliant. She can draw runes on both sides with one hand. She can also draw rather strong water runes that can block those axe runes. If she couldn't stop the Peacock Dragon Maiden from drawing the water dragon totem, then she would face a lot of pressure and would most likely lose. Although Wang Xiangtong could quickly draw a shield totem, her shield totem was still inferior to the powerful dragon totem. This was also a point that she had not considered before. The main reason was that she did not have a good inscription spirit in her hands, so she was unable to quickly draw more powerful totems. Peacock Dragon Maiden chose to draw a water dragon totem at the beginning, indicating that she has an inscription spirit in this aspect. It should be Water Empress Inscription Spirit. That Peacock Dragon Maiden has Water Empress Inscription Spirit. Peng Huxiong said. Water Empress? In the ranking of inscription spirits, what rank is water? Qin Yun asked. The ranking of inscription spirits is not accurate. Sunlight Emperor, Star Monarch, Moon Lady, Beast King and so on are all first-rate. As for the others, it is hard to say who is stronger or better than who. Because different people use it, the power displayed is completely different. Peng Huxiong said. That's right. Qin Yun feels that the inscription spirits he mastered should be the best ones. He is also very satisfied. Now, only Yangdi's inscription spirit is still sealed and he can't get it out. Peacock Dragon Maiden has Water Empress inscription spirit, so she can draw water dragon totems faster. Previously, when Qin Yun said that the Peacock Dragon Maiden was drawing the water dragon totem, there were some people who did not believe it. But now they all believe it, because many of the old inscription masters present can see that the Peacock Dragon Maiden is a Water Empress inscription spirit. This is mainly because Peacock Dragon Maiden can quickly condense many water attribute runes. Wang Xiangtong felt even more pressured, because she had made a mistake from the start. She shouldn't have drawn a shield totem. Although the shield totem had good defense, the opponent was a water dragon. Using the shield totem to defend against the water dragon wasn't a good choice. Faced with this situation, Wang Xianquan did not know how to guide her because he thought that Wang Xiangtong was going to lose. If it were me, I wouldn't just blindly attack. I would consider making a stronger defense. An elder from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace said. He seemed to be talking to the people beside him, but his voice was very loud, spreading in all directions through the Emperor Clan Divine Palace. Hey, we agreed that we can't give pointers to juniors. Lang Chong said with some displeasure. Don't think that I can't see that you guys are giving pointers on the spot. The old man from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace also shut up. If it was me, I wouldn't have defended. Since I will lose anyway, I might as well take a gamble. Qin Yun's voice is also very loud. He is also giving pointers to Wang Xiangtong. Wang Xiangtong was a little dumbfounded. The elders of her Nine-Yang Divine Palace told her to strengthen her defense, but the masked old man who defeated her told her to attack and take a gamble. She also doesn't know who to listen to. Although she rather dislikes this masked old man Qin Yun, after all, he made her lose very unsightly before. However, Qin Yun reminded her that the opponent is drawing Water Dragon Totem. It can be said that he is secretly helping her. Now he wants her to let go and attack. Qin Yun saw that Wang Xiangtong is hesitating and said again, people who are good at attacking, if they blindly defend, wouldn't that be doing something they are not good at? If they are not good at defense, how can they do well? When he fought with Wang Xiangtong before, he knew that Wang Xiangtong is a pampered and unruly girl. She is the type that is very strong in attack. She is not good at defense. Although Wang Xiangtong has a shield totem, there are so many sharp thorns on the shield. It can be seen that even if she is defending, she is also full of offensive heart. I'll stake it all. Wang Xiangtong gritted her teeth and let out a delicate shout. The shield totem in front of her suddenly rushed forward and ferociously attacked. Damned masked old man! Peacock Dragon Maiden cursed in low voice, then stopped drawing Water Dragon Totem. She released even stronger blood spirit power and drew even stronger water runes with both hands. Walala! Peacock Dragon Maiden's water runes condensed and gave rise to a wave that rushed towards the shield full of thorns and enveloped it. At the same time, Wang Xiangtong quickly used runes to draw an axe. The axe flew out like lightning and hit the incomplete Water Dragon Totem. Peacock Dragon Maiden anxiously stamped her feet. She can only control the light ball wrapped around the Water Dragon Totem to move quickly to dodge the axe. Although the Water Dragon Totem moved, it was still swept by the axe's edge. The light ball opened up a bit, but the whole thing was not damaged. Wang Xiangtong had missed a good opportunity. The surrounding spectators let out a burst of regretful cry. Everyone is very nervous watching. After all, this kind of high-level inscription battle is very rare. Even the variant dragon race's side is sweating for Peacock Dragon Maiden. They almost lost. The variant dragon race's people are cursing the masked old man Qin Yun. If he did not guide Wang Xiangtong, that little girl would have foolishly defended and would not have forced Peacock Dragon Maiden into such a passive state. And now, Wang Xiangtong is blaming herself for not grasping the opportunity just now. Otherwise, she would have won for sure. She can only control her shield to vibrate and rush out of the water to attack Peacock Dragon Maiden. Don't even think about succeeding. Peacock Dragon Maiden is not to be trifled with. She promptly turned her back to the shield and used her body to protect the Water Dragon Totem. Boom! The shield hit Peacock Dragon Maiden's back. She did not use her body to withstand the attack. Instead, she quickly withdrew the water wave and wrapped it around her body to form a water rune shield. The water rune wrapped around Peacock Dragon Maiden's body and absorbed a large amount of blood soul power. It also has very strong defense. Even so, the water rune shield was still scattered. Peacock Dragon Maiden's back was hit by the shield. The pain caused her to scream loudly. And now, her water dragon totem is finally complete. Roar! A gentle dragon roar came out from the light ball. The water dragon's body is made of many light blue runes interweaved together. It looks very beautiful. Water dragon totem is complete. Everyone let out a cry of alarm because what follows is a rather intense collision. Wang Xiangtong is going all out. She controlled the shield totem to charge at Peacock Dragon Maiden again. The water dragon is very big. It flew out to block the shield totem. The shield totem sank into the water dragon's body and was unable to move forward. The water dragon totem is indeed powerful. It can actually submerge the shield totem and even break the runes inside the shield totem. Wang Xiangtong's shield totem is finished. Sister Tong, quickly admit defeat. Wang Xianquan shouted. Wang Xiangtong's defense is the shield totem. Now that it has been destroyed, the outcome is already decided. She gritted her teeth and hastily walked down from the table. The 9 Yang Divine Palace has lost. Everyone burst into an uproar. In the end, they still can't compare to the variant dragon race. Peacock Dragon Maiden snorted. Little girl, consider yourself lucky that you ran fast. Although she won, the impact on her back just now is still very painful. An old man from the 9 Yang Divine Palace coldly snorted and said, Wang Xiangtong, this is the result of listening to the random guidance of others. You caused us to lose a lot of sun god crystals. Do you know your mistake now? In the competition between the 9 Yang Divine Palace and the variant dragon race and the Alliance army, after losing, they have to pay sun god crystals. Grandfather, it's my fault. Wang Xiangtong gritted her teeth. She blamed herself but not Qin Yun because Qin Yun's pointers were correct. It's just that she did not grasp the opportunity well, and the axe was slightly off. If she had listened to her grandfather and blindly defended, she would not have had the chance to hit the Peacock Dragon Maiden. If she were to defend, the final result would be that both she and the shield totem would be entangled by the water dragon, and she would have to endure all kinds of pain. Although you are at fault, the main fault is not with you but with that masked old man who misleads people. The old man from the 9 Yang Divine Palace stared at the distant Qin Yun and snorted, Masked old man, you better shut up and stop randomly pointing fingers at others. Good intentions are not rewarded. Qin Yun curled his lips and said. The 9 Yang Divine Palace also wanted to find a way out of this embarrassing situation, so they pushed the main responsibility onto Qin Yun. Wang Xiangtong bit her lips and could only dejectedly run to the side of her elders and be reprimanded by them. Next, it is Wang Xianquan's turn. Wang Xianquan possesses 3 inscription spirits and his cultivation is also extremely high. He is much stronger than Wang Xiangtong. If Wang Xianquan were to lose again, the 9 Yang Divine Palace would not have the face to boast about how strong their inscription technique is. Of course, the level of the 9 Yang Divine Palace's inscription is still worthy of recognition. After all, Wang Xiangtong is not weak at all. She can defeat Peng Huxiong, a senior. Every time Wang Xiangtong is mentioned, everyone will mention Peng Huxiong and his son, who were defeated miserably. They will all talk about how they were painted as turtles. This made Peng Huxiong very unhappy. This time, Wang Xianquan is competing with the Alliance army. The people from the outer sky realm sent by the Alliance army are all strangely shaped. They are not very big, only about 1 meter tall. His hands are at the position of a human's ears, which is to say, at the sides of his head. His body is like an octopus, with 8 soft tentacle-like feet supporting his body. At the position of his arms there are 2 things that look like elephant ears. They look like ears. This is the youngest heavenly inscription master of our Alliance army, the Elephant Ear Man. The old man from the Alliance army said. The face of the elephant ear man is still human, but it looks very evil. Especially his eyes, they are filled with hostility. The hands on both sides of his head are very long and his fingers are also very long. When his hands shake, it is very strange. The people of the Immortal Desolate are no longer surprised by the strange appearance of the people from the outer sky realm. Begin. The duel between the 9 Yang Divine Palace and the Alliance Army has begun. From the very beginning, the Elephant Ear Man's hands released a very strong blood-soul power. His 2 hands that grew on both sides of his head could actually draw 6 lines. Wang Xianquan is also very powerful. He also drew 6 lines. In the beginning, they only drew defensive totem runes. However, 4 of the 8 octopus tentacles under the elephant ear man's body suddenly lengthened and moved. They were actually drawing 4 lines. Damn, what's going on with this guy? He can draw 2 lines at the same time? Peng Hantao shouted in shock. Seeing this scene, many of the human inscription masters were so shocked that their eyeballs almost popped out. Chapter 1824. Losing streak. Wang Xianquan cursed in his heart when he saw the elephant ear person drawing 2 powerful runes at the same time. He didn't expect the outer heaven domain people to be able to do this. That elephant-eared man has 6 tattoos on his hands. It must be a very powerful defensive totem. And his feet are drawing 4 lines. It should be an attack totem. An inscription master guessed. Drawing a powerful defensive and offensive totem at the same time, that's against the rules. Haha. An old man from the foreign dragon race laughed. The 9 Yang Divine Palace is going to lose 2 rounds in a row. The mutated dragon race and the Outer Sky Region's Alliance Army floated in the air with smiles on their faces. 9 Sun Sky Region was bound to lose this time. There were some people from the foreign dragon race and the Alliance Army who were constantly mocking the 9 Yang Divine Palace and the Immortal Desolate Land. You bunch of narrow-minded fellows, now you understand what's called there's always someone better out there, right? Lang Chong said with a smile. I already said that you guys aren't our match at all, but you still refuse to admit it. The old man from the Alliance Army laughed and said, These guys are just asking to be humiliated, and then give us the Sun God Crystal. Since they gave us the Sun Divine Crystal, don't laugh at them. No matter what, we have received their benefits. Lang Chong said with a smile. At this moment, the people of the variant dragon race and the Alliance Army were as happy as the new year, because they had completely destroyed the confidence of the Immortal Desolate. This was especially important because it would let the Immortal Desolate understand the gap between them and the Outer Heaven domain. It would be a blow to the Immortal Desolate's morale. If the Outer Heaven domain wanted to invade the Immortal Desolate, it would only result in both sides suffering. That is why they have infiltrated the Immortal Desolate in the past few days, wanting to bribe the powerful powers within the Immortal Desolate. For example, the Dark Royalty and the Sun Soul race were very close to the Outer Heaven domains. Wang Xianquan was under a lot of psychological pressure, drawing his totem patterns. Qin Yun used the Extinction Spirit Eye to observe seriously. He could not see any chance of Wang Xianquan winning. Big brother, what patterns are they drawing? Peng Hantao asked curiously. That elephant-eared man drew an elephant totem. And both of them are elephant totems, so one should be used for defense and one for offense, or maybe both of them are attacking at the same time. Qin Yun said. Elephants were also a type of beast with strong attack and defense. Peng Hantao frowned and said, Isn't this guy Wang Xianquan bound to lose? Then what totem carvings is he drawing now? Qin Yun looked and said in shock, The totem he is drawing is a bow. They were totem carvings, but they were modified by him. It has the attributes of ice and lightning. Ah? He didn't draw any defensive totems? Peng Huxiong was surprised. No. That bow should be very powerful. Qin Yun said. He should be using offense as defense. Let's see if he can succeed or not. Peng Hantao said, Wang Xianquan is quite powerful. He seems to be progressing very quickly. Qin Yun nodded. If my guess is not wrong, his 3 inscription spirits are related to ice attribute, lightning attribute and weapon attribute. I also have thunder and lightning attribute inscription spirit. My inscription spirit is thunder god. Peng Hantao said with mischievous smile. I wonder if his inscription spirit is thunder god or not. There are different types of inscription spirits with the same attribute. Thunder and lightning attribute inscription spirit. Other than thunder god, are there any others? Qin Yun asked. Yes, there is also lightning mother. Peng Hantao curled his lips and said, that guy's inscription spirit shouldn't be lightning mother, right? It is also possible that he is the same as you, thunder god inscription spirit. Qin Yun said with smile. These inscription spirits should not be unique. Powerful inscription spirits are unique. For example, Star Lord, Yuji and Sun Emperor are unique. Peng Hantao curled his lips and said, this kind of inscription spirit is very rare. Whatever inscription spirit Qin Yun has, he can refine it. But he needs to cooperate with Xiao Yueme. Because copying inscription spirit is too heaven-defying, it can easily attract powerful heavenly punishment. Unless it is absolutely necessary, Qin Yun will not refine inscription spirit again. After coming to Immortal Desolate, heavenly punishment will definitely be stronger. He now has so many enemies, if he were to be punished by heavenly punishment, he will be finished. At this time, Wang Xiangtong arrived beside Qin Yun. The elders of Nine Yang Divine Palace did not notice because they are mainly concerned about the situation on the battlefield. Old man, can my big brother win? Wang Xiangtong asked with sound transmission from behind Qin Yun. Qin Yun is somewhat surprised. This little sister actually came to find him. It's hard to say. In short, he might lose. Qin Yun replied. That elephant ear man is drawing 2 elephant totem. This is a very strong attack and defense thing. Wang Xiangtong can also imagine the power of 2 elephant totem. She is very anxious. That's why it's hard to say. Qin Yun believes that Wang Xianquan will lose for sure. He just doesn't want to hurt this little sister. Old man, thank you for your guidance before. It's all my fault that I didn't grasp the opportunity, otherwise I would have won. Wang Xiangtong feels very guilty and also somewhat guilty. She said again. My grandfather is blaming you, please don't take it to heart, I apologize on his behalf. It's nothing. Qin Yun is also watching the battle below. Although he can see what totem is being drawn, he can't see the overall rune. He can only see a rough outline. Wang Xiangtong sent sound transmission again. Grandpa, can you give my big brother some pointers? Let him win. Qin Yun, who is floating in the air, felt very helpless when he was called Grandpa. He replied, I won't give you any pointers. Your big brother is very experienced, he has 3 inscription spirits, he definitely has his own way to deal with it. If I were to give him pointers, he would definitely be in chaos. Sigh, if our Nine Yang Divine Palace loses, the Nine Yang Heavenly Domain will also be laughed at. Wang Xiangtong suddenly feels very guilty because she could have won. It's fine, just pay attention next time. Don't worry too much about the matter of face, just raise your level in the future. Qin Yun also comforted this little sister who knows her mistake and can change. Wang Xiangtong can only anxiously watch the battle below. Peng Hantao said to Qin Yun in low voice, Big brother, that elephant ear man doesn't have inscription spirit. Qin Yun said in shock, How can you be so sure? Peng Huxiong said with smile, Heavenly Master, after you cultivate our secret technique, you will be able to sense the power of inscription spirit. Qin Yun also understood as he nodded. Peng Hantao cultivates a secret technique that allows inscription spirit to take human form, so he can sense the existence of inscription spirit. It is also impossible to determine the specific situation of inscription spirit. Pring Hantao can now sense the power of Wang Xianquan's 3 inscription spirit. Brother Peng, can you sense how many inscription spirits I have? Qin Yun is somewhat curious. It's very strange, I can sense it very vaguely. Peng Hantao shook his head, then asked with smile. Big brother, how many inscription spirits do you have? Only 2. Qin Yun said, Wild Hua and Beast King. Peng Huxiong said in shock. Wild Hua and Beast King are both first-rate inscription spirits. Peng Hantao said in low voice. Big brother, is what you said true? Why is it not the same as what I feel? Qin Yun said with smile. Quickly watch carefully, their totem is about to be finished, the next step is very crucial. Watch more experts fight, we can also learn from them. Qin Yun has only fought 2 inscription battles, so he is still a novice. The fastest to complete the totem is Wang Xianquan. After the light ball floating in front of him exploded, a white bow filled with cold air and flickering with lightning appeared. Seeing that the totem he drew is a bow, many old inscription masters are very shocked. The totem Wang Xianquan drew first is actually offensive type. Bao is a weapon, it has no defense to speak of. Bao totem drawn with blood spirit power is the same as a real bao, only it is condensed from many white runes. Wang Xianquan tightly held the bao totem, at the same time he pulled the bowstring, an arrow condensed from runes appeared. The bowstring vibrated and the arrow whistled through the air. The elephant ear man sneered. His 4 tentacles stopped drawing runes and quickly drew a group of runes, condensing them into a ball of energy. Hur! The arrow hit the ball of energy and exploded. Wang Xianquan's attack failed. He can only continue to pull the bowstring and quickly shoot arrows. He shot several arrows in succession, but they were all blocked by the elephant ear man. The elephant ear man can quickly draw runes to block the arrows. After all, Wang Xianquan's arrows are condensed from blood spirit power and runes, so as long as he has enough blood spirit power to draw runes, he can mess up the arrows. Wang Xianquan also wants to finish the battle quickly. If the elephant ear man cannot draw 2 totems at the same time, then Wang Xianquan might have already won. He could suppress the elephant ear man and make him unable to draw runes. Wang Xianquan completely miscalculated. He can only continue shooting arrows. He can only shoot arrows. He cannot do anything else. It is too late to draw defensive totems or runes. The elephant ear man's hands on both sides of his head are drawing 6 runes. Finally he drew an elephant totem. Behind the cave of the ball of light, a mighty elephant appeared. The elephant did not attack. Instead it floated in front like a mountain, blocking Wang Xianquan's arrows. Then the elephant used 6 runes on both hands, 4 tentacles to draw 4 runes, to draw another elephant totem. He is drawing 10 runes. The speed of drawing 10 runes is very fast, allowing him to quickly finish another elephant totem. In a duel between inscription do masters, the speed of drawing runes is very important. Whoever is faster will have the upper hand. After the elephant ear man finished the second elephant totem, he immediately released it. The elephant roared and rushed over. Its huge elephant tusks, coupled with the ferocious charging speed, brought with it a kind of momentum that can topple mountains and overturn the seas. Just the strong wind created by the charge made Wang Xianquan somewhat unable to stand steadily. Wang Xianquan did not admit defeat, instead he threw the bow in his hand. Boom! The bow carrying cold ice and lightning struck the elephant's body, destroying the elephant totem. Wang Xianquan's bow was also damaged. The elephant ear man still has an elephant totem beside him. He laughed and released the elephant totem used for defense. The elephant flew out again. Wang Xianquan gritted his teeth and jumped off the stone table. He admitted defeat. There is no point in him standing on it. If he continues to carry it, he will only be injured and unable to continue drawing runes. Chapter 1825. To fight again on the side of the alien dragon race and the Alliance army, waves of cheers and laughter rang out. Then, they began to mock and ridicule the immortal Desolate and the 9 Yang Divine Palace. The reason why the mutant dragon tribe came to look for the Emperor clans was to let the Emperor clans understand the situation they were in and ask for help from the mutant dragon tribe. That way, the mutant dragon tribe could lead the Emperor clans. However, the Emperor clans would never lower their heads and beg the mutant dragon tribe. The Alliance army had come to warn the D clan not to interfere in the matter of the Alliance army chasing after Qin Yun. The Emperor clan did not think that the main purpose of the Alliance army coming to the Immortal Desolate was to capture Qin Yun. They felt that the Alliance army was only chasing after Qin Yun to do other things. The Emperor clans didn't have the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation, so they felt great pressure when facing these two powerful clans. Now, the youngsters of the 9 Yang Divine Palace have lost in the Inscription Do Master competition. This is a great blow to the entire Immortal Desolate. The level of inscription in the Immortal Desolate is actually so backward, being beaten by the Outer Heaven domain. Previously, Wang Xiangtong had almost won and even hit the Peacock Dragon Maiden. Wang Xianquan did not gain any advantage in this round. 9 Yang Divine Palace, you have lost. Lang Chung said with smile. Now do you admit how backward 9 Yang Heavenly Domain's runes are? That's right. He's clearly so backward, yet he still refuses to admit it. He truly won't shed a tear until he sees the coffin. An old man from the mutated dragon race mocked. Even the 9 Yang Divine Palace is only SOSO. The old man on the Alliance army's side chuckled and said, "Didn't we agree before? Don't laugh at him. After all, he gave us the Sun God Crystal. This kind of fool should be taken good care of." Ha ha! With the level of the Immortal Desolate, they are not worthy of using the Sun God Crystal. A middle-aged man from the Alliance army sneered loudly. It's only right that they give it to us. These words made the people on the side of the Alliance army laugh. The people on the side of the Immortal Desolate land were all filled with anger, gnashing their teeth as they looked at the Alliance army. The Alliance army had been looting the Sun God crystals in the Immortal Desolate, which had long aroused public anger. Lang Chung sneered and said, "Emperor race, you all saw it too, your standards are merely thus. You are no longer the powerful Emperor clan of the past. Your level of inscription is tens of thousands of years behind the Outer Heaven domain. Do you really think the exotic dragon tribe is willing to cooperate with you? Dream on." The faces of the people from the imperial clans darkened with anger. The old man from the 9 Yang Temple also handed 2 walnut-sized sun god crystals to the alien dragons and the Alliance army with an ugly expression. The 9 Yang Divine Palace was still very trustworthy. When Qin Yun saw that he could earn sun god crystals, he whispered to Pring Huxiong, Patriarch Pring, "Help me get some sun god crystals. I want to compete with those guys." "Sure," Pring Huxiong said with a smile, "I'll give you my most precious treasure. No need for such a big one. I am afraid I will lose." Qin Yun said. Pring Huxiong had a sun god crystal the size of an apple. He was about to take it out, but after hearing Qin Yun's words, he switched to a smaller one. Pring Huxiong shouted to the distant variant dragon race, "The Sun Divine Hall and the Imperial race do not represent the Immortal Desolate, much less the 9 Sun Heavenly Domain." When Pring Hantao saw that Qin Yun was about to fight, he shouted, "Alien dragon race, my big brother is also a member of the younger generation, do you dare to fight him? If you win, you can obtain a very large sun god crystal. Let that coquettish peacock compete with my big brother." Peacock Dragon Maiden, who is far away, stomped her feet in anger. Her seductive jade face is filled with anger. She wished that she could tear Peng Hantao apart. That masked guy is an old fellow, yet he dares to pretend to be a member of the younger generation. This isn't good, right? The old man from the 9 Yang Divine Palace snorted. He is Wang Xiangtong's grandfather. My big brother is a first-stage immortal emperor. He just became an inscription do master not long ago. How can he be considered an old fellow? Peng Hantao said with a sneer. Your little girl is a fifth-stage immortal emperor, but she is still inferior to my big brother. The immortal desolate dragon emperor originally wanted to leave, but when he saw that Qin Yun wanted to fight, he decided to continue watching the show. Princess Yi felt that Qin Yun could win. She also knew that Qin Yun had just become an inscription do master not long ago and needed to frequently engage in inscription battles in order to accumulate enough experience. Lang Chong said with a smile, "Since you are so sincere in giving us the Sun God crystal, we will not be polite. Whether it is an old fellow or a junior, come at me." "Great Commander, let me fight," Peacock Dragon Maiden shouted. "No. You have strong emotions right now. I am worried that it will affect you. You also fought before, your condition is not the best." Lang Chong shook his head. It is clear that he is very cautious. Lang Chong knows that the masked guy easily defeated Wang Xiangtong in two-path inscription. Moreover, he can see through other people's totem, his level is not low. "Great Commander, I will definitely win. Immortal Desolate's inscription do masters are definitely not that strong." Peacock Dragon Maiden really wants to defeat Peng Hantao's big brother to vent her anger. Lang Chong said sternly, "That masked guy has a certain level of strength, you can't underestimate him. If you fight with this kind of emotion, it will affect your performance." "Yes." Peacock Dragon Maiden can only endure. Lang Chong also saw that Peng Huxiong's Sun God crystal is big enough, bigger than the one Nine-Yang Divine Palace gave them. Therefore, they must accept this challenge. "Old Grandpa, you must win." Wang Xiangtong is also secretly cheering for Qin Yun. She sent voice transmission to him. Qin Yun feels that if he doesn't take off his mask, he won't be able to lose the title of Old Grandpa, Old Fellow and Old Man. Almost everyone present thought that he was a cunning old fox. Qin Yun wore the mask and slowly floated towards the Emperor Race Divine Palace's plaza. Nine-Yang Divine Palace's elders are very disdainful because they feel that if their own inscription do masters can't defeat the opponent, it is even more impossible for other inscription do masters to do so. "Leopard Dragon, you go," Lang Chong said. Leopard Dragon is very thin. He is also a rather handsome man. He very proudly said, "Great Commander, I will definitely win." Peacock Dragon Maiden is somewhat unhappy. She doesn't even look at Leopard Dragon. "Peacock Dragon Maiden, I will definitely kill that guy." Leopard Dragon said with wretched smile, "If I kill him, can you kiss me?" Scram! Peacock Dragon Maiden coldly groaned and said. Bao Dragon laughed loudly and said, "It doesn't matter if you are willing or not, I will still kiss you. Don't worry, I will make that guy's blood splatter everywhere. I will let you experience my prowess." Bao Dragon's arrogant words also spread all around. After everyone heard this, they are somewhat worried about the masked man. The masked man's level is pretty good. If he can win, he can indeed redeem some face for the immortal desolate. Even if he can't win, he can still be a pretty good inscription do master if he can live. Qin Yun's level is pretty good, therefore he obtained the respect of many inscription masters in the immortal desolate. Although the Nine-Yang Divine Palace is very disdainful of Qin Yun, the other inscription masters in the immortal desolate are not blind. Qin Yun's pointers to Wang Xiangtong earlier were extremely good. It is just that Wang Xiangtong is not up to expectations. Furthermore, being able to see what kind of totem others are drawing, this is a kind of advantage. Qin Yun is standing on top of the table. He is wearing a mask on his face. It is impossible to see his expression. However, one can see that he is currently very calm. His breathing is extremely steady. With a glance, one can tell that he is an extremely calm old schemer. In comparison, an arrogant young man like Leopard Dragon seems somewhat exaggerated. Bao Dragon stood on the table in front of the Emperor Race Divine Palace's entrance. He looked at the distant Qin Yun and said with sneer, "Masked man, I will beat you until your flesh and blood blossom like a flower. I am such a romantic person." Qin Yun did not say a word. He is very calm and simply ignored the other party. "Bastard, I will make you die miserably. Don't think that you won't die in an inscription do master battle. Just wait and see." Leopard Dragon said coldly, "There are more than 10,000 people watching the battle, and even more people watching through the magic mirror. Half of the Immortal Desolate is watching." The Nine-Yang Divine Palace represented the Nine-Yang Heavenly Domains, Immortal Desolate and Lost to the Outer Heaven Domain. Now the one appearing is a mysterious masked man. Some people suspect that he is from the ancient era because he is very close to the Ping family. If he is from the ancient era, then his chances of winning are very high. The Immortal Desolate people only hope to defeat the Outer Heaven Domain people so that the Immortal Desolate will not be looked down upon by the Outer Heaven Domain. Because during this period of time, many scoundrels came from the Outer Heaven Domain and frequently ridiculed and humiliated the Immortal Desolate people. Everyone is filled with resentment. The Nine-Yang Divine Palace lost 2 more matches. It is indeed a great blow to the Immortal Desolate people. Begin. Qin Yun and Leopard Dragon's inscription do master battle is about to begin. Leopard Dragon can draw 6 lines with both hands. He is much stronger than Peacock Dragon Maiden. And Qin Yun can draw lines with 1 finger on each hand. It is only 2 lines. In this aspect, Qin Yun is indeed far inferior to those experienced inscription do masters. However, his blood spirit power is very strong. Adding the inscription spirit, as well as the powerful runes he has mastered and solid foundation, he can comprehend extremely strong inscription do technique. Seeing Qin Yun draw 2 lines, the Alliance army and the variant dragon race people roared with laughter. 2 lines drawing. Is he hiding his strength, or is he really only able to draw 2 lines? Some people say that he is an old fellow. Previously, when he fought with Wang Xiangtong, he used 2 lines to draw lines to hide his strength. But now, in such a crucial battle, he is still able to draw 2 lines. That means he is really only at this level. This uncle, be serious. The Immortal Desolate people are extremely anxious. Inside the light ball in front of Qin Yun, the runes condensed into a sword outline. The sword's main totem is the Sacred Fire Totem. Then, with the Sacred Fire Totem as the core, he drew the Star and Moon Sword runes. In this way, Wildfire, Star Lord, Moon Maiden, Tool King and Totem Inscription Spirit, a total of 5 inscription spirits are used. The totem is rather complicated and he can only draw 2 lines. However, Qin Yun can still maintain his speed and precision because he has superimposed several layers of inscription spirit. Qin Yun glanced at the totem runes on Leopard Dragon and felt somewhat astonished. This guy is drawing a leopard totem? Does he want to be the main attack like me? When Leopard Dragon saw that Qin Yun can only draw 2 lines, he became even more confident, as if he was certain of winning. Pring Hantao is somewhat worried, he said in low voice. Dad, this is the first time Big Brother is competing with a guy who can draw 6 lines. I am somewhat worried about him. Chapter 1826. Soul-piercing sword burn. Qin Yun could only draw runes on 2 paths. When fighting against those experienced veterans, he would indeed suffer a great loss. This was also the direction in which he would need to improve his level in the future. He had previously seen one of the 4 heavenly kings, the Imperial Star Heavenly King, who could use inscription do technique to fight with others and display great power. A guy who can draw 2 paths dares to issue a challenge to others. He is truly overestimating himself. Bao Long sneered. I heard that you are an old man, but I feel that a guy like you who can only draw 2 paths is no different from a baby in swaddling clothes. Drawing 2 paths is the most basic level of inscription do master. Of course, this is only the standard of the outer heaven realm. If it was in the immortal desolate, an inscription do master with 2 paths would be considered pretty good. Qin Yun is very calm and very serious as he draws his own runes. As long as he draws a very strong offensive rune, he will be able to take the initiative and attack his opponent until they are unable to continue drawing runes. Xiao Yun, that guy's body has a very strange fluctuation, Ling Yun'er suddenly said. And I also discovered that his body is indeed very special. There is a very strong inscription fluctuation. I guess that his body is covered with all kinds of defensive runes. Qin Yun had discovered it just now. If we attack him, the runes on his body will absorb the power of the blood soul and be able to carry out a very strong defense. Is this considered breaking the rules? Ling Yun'er said. Qin Yun is also not sure. He can only wait and see. If his attack triggers the runes on the leopard dragon's body, everyone will be able to see it. At that time, there will be a conclusion. Carving runes on the body is relatively common. However, in most cases, the runes on the body need to absorb the immortal power from the life crystal. In a battle between inscription do masters, one cannot use the immortal power of the life crystal to defend or attack. In a battle between inscription do masters, one can only use the power of the blood soul. If the runes are triggered by absorbing the power of the blood soul, it is indeed very difficult to determine whether it is against the rules or not. Although Qin Yun can only draw 2 paths, his speed is very fast. After all, he has mastered many inscription spirit. Wang Xiangtong has already flown back to the side of the elders of the 9 Yang Divine Palace. She said in a low voice, "Big brother, can that masked old man win?" Wang Xianquan shook his head and said, "It's hard to say. That guy looks very experienced, but if he really can only draw 2 lines, it means that he has just become an inscription do master." An old man from the 9 Yang Divine Palace said, "That masked guy should have been a pretty good heavenly inscription master." Later on, he became an inscription do master. He can be considered a late bloomer. He might have inscription spirit. Wang Xiangtong said in low voice, "When I compete with him, I can't see his inscription spirit. He can draw very strong Tao evolution runes. This is not something that can be done with inscription spirit." Wang Xianquan shook his head and said, "Even if we have inscription spirit, it would be difficult for us to do it. Tao Yen runes are extremely complicated runes. Not to mention drawing runes during battle, even when carving runes during ordinary refining, it is very difficult. Qin Yun's perception is high and he has many inscription spirits, so he doesn't find it difficult. As long as he wants to do it, he can do it. This is the benefit of having a high perception." Bao Long grinned hideously and said, "Masked geezer, my totem is about to be completed. Once it's done, it'll be your death. Before you die, if there's anything you want to say, just say it." Bao Long is very angry in his heart. Because he has been provoking the other party all this time, but the other party ignored him, making him feel that he is being ignored. When everyone heard Bao Long's words, they burst into an uproar. Because it hasn't been long and Bao Long's totem is about to be completed. Don't be surprised, I was born with my totem, I can easily draw it. Bao Long laughed proudly and shouted at Qin Yun, "Masked geezer, quickly say your last words. I am still a very merciful person, I will give you this opportunity." Since he was born with a totem, his drawing speed is indeed very fast. Even if he doesn't have an inscription spirit, he can still draw it very quickly. Qin Yun still ignored Bao Long, and the ball of light in front of him suddenly trembled. The ball of light enveloping the runes trembled and suddenly exploded. A flaming longsword appeared. If one did not look carefully, the longsword that flickered with sacred flame would seem to be a real sacred sword. However, all the inscription masters present are very clear that this is not a real sword, it is condensed from runes. Because too many powerful runes were used, the runes are too dense, causing it to be impossible to see the gaps between the runes. Adding the sacred flame released by the runes, it looks no different from a real sword. Seeing this sword, all the inscription masters present let out bursts of cries of disbelief, and exclaimed in admiration. The sword body formed from runes is flickering, it is the radiance produced by the flowing Dao Yen runes. Only a few heavenly inscription masters with extremely good eyesight can see the movement of the dense and fine silk-like runes. Sacred Flame Totem. That guy, how did he create a sacred flame totem so quickly? Moreover, he even combined it with other very complicated runes to form a sword. An inscription master cried out in alarm. Isn't this sword's attack power very strong? It seems like it is comparable to a king-grade immortal tool. A sword condensed from runes is comparable to a king-grade immortal tool. What kind of inscription spirit does this masked geezer have? His runes are also very strange. The expression of Leopard Dragon, who was very complacent a moment ago, greatly changed. Lang Chong from the variant dragon race, Peacock Dragon Maiden and other inscription masters also have faces filled with astonishment. As long as one is an inscription master, they can all see how dreadful that sword is. Those old men from Nine Yang Divine Palace are all frowning. The one who will die is you. Qin Yun's slightly hoarse and low voice transmitted over. The Star Moon's sacred flame sword swiftly stabbed forward. The flame sword is as fast as lightning. In a flash it pierced the light ball in front of Leopard Dragon's body and scattered the leopard totem he drew. The leopard totem that was about to be completed was destroyed in an instant. Leopard Dragon's face is filled with malevolence. He is very angry. He let out a loud roar. The armor on his body suddenly burst open. His body is covered with leopard totem. These totem runes absorbed a large amount of blood soul power, becoming extremely dreadful. After the leopard totem he drew was scattered, the blood soul power that burst out now also entered the totem on the leopard dragon's body. There is a totem on the leopard dragon's body, it is an innate totem. After absorbing the blood soul power, it became very powerful and blocked Qin Yun's sacred flame sword. You want to kill me? No way. Leopard Dragon roared angrily. His body let out an explosive roar. The leopard totem flickered with white light, setting off a violent gale that blew away the sacred flame sword. Leopard Dragon actually blocked it. This once again caused the entire audience to be shaken. Cheers burst out. To be able to block such a powerful attack with just his flesh and blood body, this meant that he didn't need to draw defensive runes from the beginning. He could directly attack. Pring Huxiong shouted, "Is this guy violating the rules?" Lang Chong said with a sneer. Leopard Dragon is born with leopard totem and it is inside his body. Those leopard totem absorb the blood soul power to make his body stronger and release the power of the leopard totem. This is not against the rules, right? The Alliance Army's old man nodded and said, Leopard Dragon did not use the immortal power inside the Immortal Emperor Life Crystal to activate the totem runes. He used the power of the blood soul. Everyone should be able to see it, right? The Alliance Army's Outer Heaven Domain people are also alarmed by Qin Yun's sacred flame sword. They are even somewhat afraid because the sword quickly formed under the dual path runes. Its attack power is extremely powerful and it instantly defeated the leopard totem drawn by the Leopard Dragon. Leopard Dragon activated the leopard totem on his body to defend. This is not against the rules. This caused the immortal desolate people to curse loudly. Old bastard, you have some ability. But don't even think about killing me like this. The one who will die will definitely be you. Leopard Dragon laughed a few times, turned his back to Qin Yun, and quickly drew runes. He wants to use his own body to protect the runes. He is very confident in his body's defense because blocking Qin Yun's sacred flame sword was relatively easy. The sacred flame sword flew back to Qin Yun's side and absorbed the power of the blood soul to recover from the attack. Qin Yun is very calm. He previously saw that there are runes on the leopard dragon's body and guessed that using those runes to defend is not against the rules. The sacred flame sword flew back and absorbed the power of the blood soul to maintain the runes from dissipating. At the same time, it is also ready to attack at any time. Qin Yun's hands quickly drew runes. This is different from what many people expected, because everyone thought that he would control the sacred flame sword to attack. They never expected that he would continue drawing runes. Qin Yun is currently drawing a set of moon runes called Piercing Soul Moon Runes. It can carry out very strong mental attacks. His blood soul power has the nether moon mental power, so the Piercing Soul Moon Runes he drew are even more powerful mental attacks. The Moon Lady inscription spirit allows him to quickly draw runes with extremely high level of precision. Everyone is very curious as to what kind of runes Qin Yun is drawing. Many people guessed that it might be a defensive totem. Leopard Dragon has a very strong leopard totem. The masked man should be defending. He might be drawing Black Tortoise Totem. An old inscription master guessed. Black Tortoise Totem is a divine beast totem. Its defense is very strong. Leopard is just an ordinary beast and Black Tortoise is a divine beast. The difference in strength is obvious. Someone agreed with the old man's words. Everyone has seen the power of Black Tortoise Totem before. Wang Xiangtong's shield totem attacked. Not only did it not defeat the Black Tortoise Totem, it even suffered damage. Seeing that Qin Yun has the upper hand, Wang Xiangtong secretly heaved a sigh of relief. She feels that Qin Yun can win. Far away, the little black donkey is watching the battle through the magic mirror. It is also looking forward to it because it guessed that the Black Tortoise Totem will appear once again. However, Qin Yun's rune this time is completed very quickly. It is clear that it is not a totem rune. After the rune he drew converged together, it looks like a sharp thorn. Before anyone could clearly see what kind of rune it is, the sharp thorn flew out. Leopard Dragon's back is facing Qin Yun. He feels that his defense is very strong and he is not afraid of rune attacks, so he disdained it. The Piercing Soul Moon rune flew out and attacked the back of Leopard Dragon's head. This rune is very strange. It did not trigger the Leopard Dragon's totem defense. Instead it directly entered the Leopard Dragon's head. The Leopard Dragon screamed in pain. It feels like its soul is being pierced by 10,000 needles. Sword Incineration. Qin Yun's sacred flame sword whistled out once again. The sacred flame sword pierced towards the Leopard Dragon's back with intense flame, bringing along scorching hot whistling wind. Ho! You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.